Hey guys, welcome back to Horsetooth Cinema Live, and I'm very excited this week to have some special guests on, and we also do have one more guest that is running a couple minutes late, and he'll be on here in a second. But yeah, so I want to start this by welcoming to the channel for the very first time, Sammy G into house, also known as
Woo! Hello.
dwhofan98 on Instagram. How you doing, Sam?
I'm not too bad, mate.
Awesome, good to hear you. Yeah, no, I've wanted
Yeah.
to have you on here for a while. I always really like interacting with you on other streams and on
Oh,
Letterboxd and
thank
stuff
you,
like
mate.
that.
And thank you so much for having like me on tonight as well. Cheers.
Yeah, of course, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple other guests down who are very familiar with being on the streams. First of all, Josh from Through the Lens. How's it going, man?
What's up, G's? I'm good. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, always good having you on, man. And
hmm
then we have somebody who I neglected to put
Oh,
in the thumbnail because I didn't know he was coming, and that's Brady.
And
How's it going, man?
I didn't know I was coming either. So
all good. Yeah, just a little mix up. And then soon we will be joined by Leon from Leon Talks Film. But while we're waiting for Leon, I just want to start off, open this up the way we always do, and just talk about what we've all watched recently. Now, because my streams have kind of gone on for a very long time without really getting to questions for a while. I think last
Leon.
time we were on for like an hour before we got to questions.
Leon.
So let's just go with the last 5 movies we've watched, and I'll start with you, Sam.
Yeah, sure. So I've watched literally today. I watched Carry On Camping, which I absolutely loved. It was so funny, man. And I watched Carry On Again, Doctor as well. That was excellent. I watched a film the other day called Peppermint Soda. That was really good. It's like I think like a French New Wave film. I think I
Oh.
discovered that through Goose's movies. I think I've got Bank actually because he was the one that promoted that film on his channel.
Uh-huh.
And I think I watched Kings of the Road by Vin Vendors, which was very good. Solid
cool.
that road trip movie. Did enjoy that. Just thinking that was what the other one was another one. Crikey. Oh yes, I watched that film called A Moment in Romance, which I thought was a bit bland. It has got good reviews, but I thought the film was just a bit middle of the road for my liking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying the Batman animated series at the minute.
Cool. I really want to get into that, to be fair. Like
Yeah,
have you seen the Mask of the Phantasm, like the movie kind of based on it?
I haven't, but it's included in the Blu-ray box set, so I'm really looking forward to getting to that. I know it's getting the 4K treatment as well. You know, like there's a 4K Steelbook coming out like next month. But yeah, really looking forward to getting to that one. But yeah, the animated series has been excellent. Really enjoying it, and hopefully at some point, me and my friend next month, we're going to be getting a couple beers in, and we're gonna make a lads shindig out of this. But we're hoping to watch Batman and Robin.
Oh, awesome! That's so much fun. I actually kind of like that movie. I have a good time with it.
Yeah, it's meant to be one of those so bad it's so good kind of movies. I'm looking forward to revisiting that one. I don't even think I watched it all the way through, but I obviously went back and revisited Batman Forever. And whilst it's flawed, I think it's a lot of fun, that film as well. I've got a bit of a soft spot for that one.
I need to revisit that one because that's I did a Batman rank on my channel a while back, and that one came in last on the
Nice.
list. But just
Yeah.
because it was like the less stylized a little bit of the
Yeah.
Joel Schumacher ones, but it was still I still think I need to go revisit it because it's been a long time.
Yeah, and as well, Jackson, I've got to say the Batman movies are probably some of the best 4K transfers out there.
Cool. No, I'm definitely gonna have to check out the 4K versions. Well,
You know,
awesome.
if,
Sounds yeah.
sorry. If you're enjoying the Batman animated series, when you're done with it, I'd suggest checking out the Superman animated series.
Yeah, I do want to check that out, mate. And I got recommended Batman Beyond as well. That's meant to be really
Yes.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I saw the Blu-ray box set the other day of that, mate. And if like when the price maybe reduces, I'll definitely think about picking that one up. Definitely. And the long Halloween as well. I'd like to check out.
You know, there's because there's quite a few shows because they did a Justice League show that's like with those same characters from Batman the Animated Series and Superman, but there's a couple of them that build up to that. Like there's a Static Shock TV show.
Okay.
Nobody knows who Static Shock is, it seems, but
I do.
I like him. Oh, you know who Static Shock is?
Yeah.
God damn. But yeah, if you ever like want more, there's plenty of material to dig through.
Yeah, that's fantastic, man. I was, and as I say, I've heard the Justice League animated series is meant to be really good as well. So yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to, and the Adam West Batman show as well. I'd like to check out.
Have you seen the movie of that, the Adam West one?
I have, Jackson, but
I love that movie.
For a long time. The only thing I can remember of that is the shark.
Yeah, of course.
Every time the movie,
I used to watch that. I probably watched that like 30 times as a kid, but I haven't watched it in so long. I would definitely. I think I need to revisit it. It'd be a lot of fun.
Every time I think of the '66 Batman movie, I think of the scene of him carrying a bomb and just running around trying to get rid of it.
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, I was really about to say that, Josh. Awesome. Well, those are some really good watches, Sam, and I guess.
Cheers. Sorry, Jackson. I was just going to quickly ask Josh. Have you got it on Blu-ray, Batman the movie?
No, we got the OG DVD. It looks like shit, but we have it. My dad's got the original series on DVD. We bought it for him for Father's Day, I think, like 4 years ago. He loves them, so.
Yeah, I definitely want to check it out for sure. But yeah, thank you, Jackson. And I think you might like what is it? Kings of the Road, Peppermint Soda. There's some very cool movies there.
I added Peppermint Soda to the list because it's definitely a new wave film I don't think I've heard of, and I don't think I've heard of the director either, Diane Kuris.
I haven't heard of her until obviously checking out that movie for sure.
Cool, awesome. Well, I'll definitely give that a watch at some point.
Jackson, sorry. One more. I completely slipped my mind. This one. Of course, I went to go and see Solaris at the cinema, and that was amazing.
Hey. Hello. Hi.
Hello, Leon.
Hey. Hi, guys. How's everything going?
Going well, yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah. I've had a great week.
Leon, you just missed out. We were talking about Batman, the animated series, and we talked briefly about Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh, nice. I love Mask of the Phantasm. But yeah, no, I'm surviving. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm late. I was finishing up an episode of Poker Face, the Natasha Lee
Ryan Johnson show.
Yeah, and me and my mum are watching that, and I'm having a blast. But anyway, I joined midway through a conversation. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Sam.
That's all right, mate. No need to apologize.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we were just running through like what we've been watching, and Sam's last mention was he went to see Solaris, the Tarkovsky film at the cinema. Yeah,
that looks incredible. Have you seen it, Leon?
I haven't. I've only seen one Tarkovsky film, and I kind of hated it. But that was that was years ago. Stalker. I didn't like Stalker.
Yeah.
That's Sam's favorite film of all time, buddy.
That was.
I know you didn't like it, Josh, didn't you?
I just got so fucking bored.
Same. I'm sorry.
I love Mirror. Mirror's goated, but
I'm with you, Sam. I love Stalker, but
it's an acquired taste, Leon.
Okay, unionize then.
I think the thing with Stalker is, I think the whole production behind Stalker is more interesting to me than the actual film itself. Just knowing like what Tarkovsky put fucking actors through and everything, gave them like radiation or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I've heard it's such a cursed production, but I find that fascinating. I will revisit Stalker one day though, and hopefully I'll end up liking it a bit more.
Yeah,
because it has been years.
And do you know what as well, Leon? I do find some of Tarkovsky's films do get better on rewatches. I mean, Stalker, that was a film I instantly, just clicked with. But Mirror, I remember gelling with Mirror on first viewing, but now, Josh, I absolutely love it. I give it like a 9 out of 10 now. I think it's amazing. It's definitely grown on me on subsequent viewings.
Yeah, no, I'm. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say this. I think Sam, you upgraded Solaris as well on your most recent rewatch, like from 8 to a 9 or something like that.
Oh, I did. It's tremendous. Yeah. It's like the way I could describe it to you, Leon, mate, is it's Tarkovsky's 2001.
Ooh, okay, that kind of sells me a bit more, because I adore 2001.
I try and kind of get people a little bit of caution about it, just because it is a lot slower than 2001, which is crazy because 2001 is also very slow.
Yes, 2001 is insanely slow.
but I love the kind of slowness of Solaris. It starts. I think it's more accessible than Stalker, maybe on the surface, just because the opening of it does include like some kind of very normal human interactions on Earth, whereas the opening of Stalker is mostly silent until the people start going off and into the zone, if I'm right.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, those are some awesome watches, Sam. I guess I'll go to Brady next.
Cheers, Matt.
Yeah, what have you been watching lately?
All right, so 3 of these were with Leon, and I feel so. Leon, we're doing 5 most recent. Now, do you want our most recent 3, or should I do our most recent 3?
You can do. Given how much I watch, you do the most recent 3, and then I can forget mentioning those, and I'll talk about some other stuff. Because I watch so much.
All right, so I actually have to have my Letterboxd diary in front of me because I think
I'm gonna get mine now.
I've forgotten and I can't check.
All right, so I'm going from a couple days ago to now. Oh fuck, I forgot to log one of them. All right, I guess I'm doing 6. Rhymes for Young Ghouls was a film I watched, which was about the Canadian residential school system, and it was fucking miserable. I mean, it's a movie about the residential school system. Of course, it's going to be miserable. And I actually watched it because the filmmaker was... I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but he directed a horror film called Blood Quantum a couple of years ago.
No, I don't think I've heard of that one.
Oh, man. I thought more people knew about Blood Quantum. But it's a zombie movie with First Nations people as the protagonists. And they filmed it in my province. And that's how I kind of learned what it was. But yeah, Rhymes for Young Ghouls was pretty good, and sadly the director's passed, and he only directed like 2 or 3 features, but it's a solid film. Then I went to see Blue Beetle at 10 o'clock at night because I had a buy 2 get 1 free or something. It was buy 1 get 1 free tickets, and it was cute, but it was really long, and I kind of wanted to sleep because it was late. Then we get on to the 3, the big 3. So. Leon's been in not a great mood, and he wanted something to make him smile, make him happy. And I'm sitting on the phone. My partner's in the room, and I think my partner loathed what I picked. I suggested, "Hey, Leon, do you want to watch Billy Madison?" And we watched Billy Madison, and we laughed way, way, way harder than I thought we would.
Yeah.
I kind of wish. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Brady. I was just going to say, do you know what? It's not a bad movie, that, mate. I don't mind that one.
I really wish that I smoked pot, because I would have loved to have been high watching that.
Yeah.
It was the kind of Elmer core, as my tag would put it, that I needed. Just utterly fucking kind of brain dead. Yeah, kind of brain dead,
Brain dead.
but at the same time, it was weirdly charming in a way that I wasn't expecting because I hadn't seen this film in like a decade or so. So I had a good time, and there's a few jokes in that film that are genuinely like they almost brought me to tears, and they're so simple. It's just there's one edit in the film that is fantastic.
Nudie Magazine Day and Big Penguins. That's all I'll say. I'll end it on that.
Oh yeah.
And then
Find that fucking dog.
Oh yeah, find that fucking dog. Leon wanted to watch The Wedding Singer, which I remember I watched.
Oh, what a great film!
I watched The Wedding Singer for the first time when I was like maybe 10 or 11, and I watched it on my dad's laptop when we were driving to the States. And I think I remember getting bored, turning it off. I was probably 10. Yeah, I was probably 10, and it kind of left my mind until Leon wanted to watch it. We watched it. I think I fell asleep halfway through and just woke up like, oh, what's going on?
Pretty much.
But that movie had Steve Buscemi acting like a werewolf, so I can't complain.
Yeah,
And,
I have a soft spot for that film, but sorry.
Oh, me too, mate. I think it's great, that film.
And then to round off our triple feature, woo, this is a good one.
Oh, banger!
So,
from what
Leon
I've
sent
seen.
me a birthday gift, and it arrived yesterday. I go to the door, excited as could be, wondering what this parcel with my name on it is. I open it up. It's the Cat in the Hat.
On Blu-ray.
The Cat in the Hat on Blu-ray, and what a film! What a film!
Yeah.
You guys both gave it 5 stars. I saw.
I don't think we laughed at most of the things that were supposed to be funny. But,
No, there was one joke that made us both laugh for its stupidity, and it was a scene where the cat picks out a dress from the wardrobe and puts it in front of him and says in a high-pitched voice, "Look at me, I'm a girl." Kind of fucking like destroyed us for some reason. I think the thing with the Cat in the Hat is when it's not funny, it's at its funniest. Like, that's the only way I can describe the Cat in the Hat. It's like, whenever it tries to make a joke, it doesn't know who the audience is. Like, it doesn't know if it wants to, like, pander to kids or if it wants to be one of those films where it's like, it's got the jokes for the family or the parents already. It has no clue. Like, it has no identity whatsoever, but then sometimes there'll be a joke. Yeah, like the dirty hoe thing. Like, there's one part where he looks at a hoe, like a gardening object. Says dirty hoe, and then he's like he does like a black accent and says, "I'm sorry baby, I love you," and then funky blaxploitation music starts playing.
Let's not forget that the cat looks at a picture of the mother. It comes out like a pornographic foldout, and his hat goes up when he sees their mother.
And his tail gets really erect.
Yeah. And I don't have anything more to say about the Cat in the Hat other than
sorry, Brady.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was just going to say, I actually wonder if that's how Lord Sugar took that catchphrase from that film, because the guy who's very overprotective, like he's very, like always see, obviously because constantly washing his hands and that, and he goes, "You're fired."
That probably comes from Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
They won't admit it, but it probably did.
Oh yeah. Cat in the Hat's legacy is undeniable.
I know I said I was doing 6, so this is the last one, and I don't want this to go on like Cat in the Hat. I just want this to end. I watched Vacation Friends with John Cena, and I laughed really hard at 2 jokes because they recreate a Beastie Boys music video when they do magic mushrooms. I thought that was fun. And there's a scene where John Cena gets shot in the head, and you see him with it's just a cut, and you see him with a bandage soaked in blood around his head. And I thought that was a very Other than that, I called Leon during the last like 40 minutes of the movie, and I think that we talked the whole time. And I have my TV volume on like 5, so I didn't really hear anything they were saying.
And he didn't laugh at all. He didn't laugh once.
I'm just checking what I've watched. Hold up.
Well, yeah, Brady, those are certainly some watches that you film you have done recently.
Oh, dude! And if I went further back, like if I went back a little further, I did a triple feature of Devil Story, Unhinged, and This Is the End.
Oh,
And,
Unhinged is so much fun.
It's so good.
That was something. And then we finally finished the Death Wish films after
Oh
like
my
a year
God.
and a half.
I was gonna get to Death Wish on mine.
Oh, I'll let you take it once.
Yeah,
Oh,
Leon, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I said I'd do 5, but I'm just saying now. I'm
God
probably
fucking damn it.
about more than 5 films, but I'll do a speed round. I promise I won't take up longer than like half an hour. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Like 5 minutes.
You'll do 29 minutes instead of 30.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Fast. Super round. Okay. Death Wish 5. Death Wish 5 is fucking dreadful. There's some really funny things in it, but it is like bottom of the barrel Charles Bronson garbage. It made me laugh when there was a woman overacting in a diner at one scene, and Michael Parks is really fun in it. 3 out of 10.
And I think that it might be a form of elder abuse towards Charles Bronson.
Probably. It ends in a freeze frame.
So like the later like Roger Moore films when he was like 60 years old, basically, like similar to that.
Charles Bronson was born in the 20s, and then he's in this like 19. Then he was born in 1920, and then he's in this fucking action movie in 1996.
You know, I don't know if you knew this. This is a fun piece of trivia me and Brady seem to bring up constantly. You know, Charles Bronson auditioned to play Superman in the Richard Donner film.
I did hear about this. Yeah.
And he was like, how old? Like 70 or something?
He was in his 60s. Dude, he looks like Charles Bronson looks like fucking oatmeal. Like he doesn't scream Superman.
It's like oatmeal.
He does look like oatmeal.
Yes, in 1978, he would have been like early 60s, probably. Yeah.
And he wanted to play Superman.
That's quite funny.
I rewatched. Oh, sorry, Brady.
One last Charles Bronson thing, dude. In fucking Death Wish 3, he barely moves. He just like that's all he does the whole fucking movie. Like Charles Bronson, that was what 1985.
Yeah,
that's not far away from when Superman came out. So what if Superman flew? Was he just gonna be stiff? Like I don't know.
I rewatched Jackson's favorite film, Forrest Gump, and I didn't really like it that much. I didn't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing. I'm very middle of the road on it. I have weird nostalgia for that film because I've seen it so much, but I was definitely like kind of laughing at the film a lot of the time. I don't think it made me as like angry as it like seems to make you, Jackson.
I haven't watched it in forever, to be fair. Like, I think it mainly is just the sentimentality. I just remember getting very frustrated with, but I have to give it. Yeah,
and
maybe I'll give it a rewatch or something.
And let's not forget, the movie wants us to feel bad for Jenny. Jenny's a fucking cunt, dude. Like,
oh, she's horrible.
No, she just gets AIDS, and then she's like, "Hey, Forrest, give me a baby."
Yeah.
Like, dude, you get AIDS. Like, fuck off.
I mean, I do love that you're just stealing Chris Rock's opening monologue from Spiral right now.
I kind of am, actually. I didn't realize I was, but
that's funny. That makes me want to watch Spiral, even though I still haven't seen any of the songs.
Stop.
Spiral is fantastic. Me and on August 18th, on the 50th anniversary of the events of it, me and Josh watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the first time. It's probably the greatest horror film ever made, and maybe the best film of all time. Maybe, possibly. It's like easily.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think so, man. I genuinely think
it's
I liked it a lot, though.
Yeah.
Nige said to me last night, "Fucking lies." He said, like, you know, some girls telling the truth.
Oh, no, it's good. It's good. I love it. Brady said we watched Devil's Story and Unhinged together, so fun double bill. I rewatched. Where is it? I rewatched Welcome to the Dollhouse, the Todd Solondz movie.
That's a good film, mate.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
Also,
really good.
Weird. I was in such a weird position trying to get that Blu-ray back then. We watched Billy Madison. Me and my sister, on my birthday, we watched Child's Play 1 and 2. I've always had a weird relationship with that franchise. I kind of hated a lot of them for the longest time, and now I'm kind of becoming a huge Child's Play fan.
That was
I enjoyed Child's Play
blasphemy,
1.
by the way. Hating Child's Play like
sorry.
that's fucking blasphemy, dude.
It's okay. I've atoned for my sins. I really like the first two now. I'm excited to check it.
How can you not like fucking Brad Dourif being a misogynist? Like a little toy misogynist. Like, where else are you gonna find that?
And then obviously Wedding Singer, Cat in the Hat we watch shows, but the final one I'll say movie wise is me and Jackson watched the greatest film of all time, and that is The Marvel Knights, Lexi Alexander directed peak cinema, Punisher Warzone. I won't say much about it because I adore the film. I'm excited to hear what you think when it's your turn to talk about Punisher Warzone, and then I'll end what I've been watching with Poker Face, because Poker Face is great. I'm 3 episodes in now, and for those of you who don't know, it's a Peacock series in the States, I think, but over here it's on Now TV. Created by the internet's favorite person in the world, Ryan Johnson. And
he's not that bad. I like him.
I like him,
too, but he needs to get off Twitter. Like
he does.
He just needs to shut his fucking mouth sometimes. That's all.
Yeah.
I really love the show so far. He directed the first 2 episodes. I think he wrote the first. He just directed the second, and then the third was directed by somebody else. But it's kind of like not necessarily an anthology, but it's kind of like a Crime of the Week series where Natasha Lyonne has this kind of power where she can sense if somebody's lying. She's got a poker face, so if someone's lying, she knows they're lying essentially, and she's kind of like a bit of a Columbo, where she's just there figuring out if these people are bullshitting while there's like murders going on left, right, and center. And each episode has like a different actor or actress in, and they've got it's kind of packed, the cast. Like the first episode, Adrian Brody is the antagonist, which is really fun. Episode 2 has a great cameo from Hong Chow, who is really, really good in it. But episode 3, which might be my favorite, has Lil Ray Howard from Get Out.
No.
And he's playing an antagonist, and I've never seen him do that before. So it's really interesting seeing him play like a piece of shit. Like, I won't say much more, but I think my favorite thing that's happened in the episode so far, in the series so far, is how in episode 3 there's a guy who works at this like barbecue place in Texas, and he spent his entire life basically cooking the finest meat possible, and then Natasha Lyonne decides he needs a bit of a break, so she lends him a couple of DVDs because he likes animals. She lends him Babe, she lends him Charlotte's Web from 2005, and she lends him a pirated DVD copy of Bong Joon-ho's Okja, which I thought was really funny. And she was like, "Oh yeah, it's a great film. I've only seen the first half, but you should check it out. It was really cute." He watches the film and then decides he's going to become vegan for the rest of his life. Which I think is really funny, given the last half of Okja being miserable. Yeah. You know, I love what I've seen of Poker Face so far, and I can't wait to watch more. That's about it. I didn't take that long, I don't think. I think
no,
I was
not too bad. Not too bad. I do want to bring attention briefly to Brady's logo of Patrick. I can't really tell what's going on there.
Dude, it's like sorry, I just stepped up for a sec, but I just came back.
Patrick getting railed, I think.
Dude, it's like an ice cream bukkake. By the way, Leon, I want to point out that if I didn't see the stop on your shirt because it's kind of folded, it looks like the Antichrist logo to me.
Yeah,
it does. It really does.
Yeah, I see it.
Just where it's crinkled up a little bit, like it looked like it said Antichrist. I was like,
I wish I had an Antichrist shirt. I just have a shirt.
Funny shirt to wear in public. An Antichrist shirt.
I had to step out because I needed my awesome grown man worthy Sonic the Hedgehog gum.
There you go. Awesome. Well,
I am definitely mature, Jackson.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not a man child. Definitely not.
Well, Josh, what about you? Since I know you have to, you can only stay for a short amount of time.
I can stay till about 9:30, so about an hour, I guess.
Cool.
But I'm having to check. I've been in a weird spot. My computer's broke. It's getting fixed next week. Okay. £550 later, it's getting fixed. But I've barely watched anything, if I'm honest with you, and what I have watched is just depressing stuff. But I watched Global Pursuit, the Kai Cenat film on YouTube. Piece of shit. Trash. Kai Cenat, I'm seeing him at the Sidemen charity match. I'm not going to mention it to him if I meet him. I'm not going to say your movie's shit, mate, because I don't want to get jumped, but it is. It's fucking dog shit. It's basically just Rush Hour. It's Rush Hour. It's basically just him and this Asian guy just stopping crimes or whatever. Like, for 20 minutes is basically just Rush Hour. Then I watched the Billie Eilish documentary again on Apple TV. Love Billie, and I love that doc. It was great. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
What, sorry, Brady?
Who doesn't love William Eilish?
William Eilish, hell yeah.
Exactly.
And then I watched Sanctuary again last night.
That's a great film. I really
fucking love it. The more I think about it, the more I think it's maybe top 5 material of the year for me.
Is that on Netflix, Josh?
No.
No, I don't think so. I rented it on VOD because I really wanted to check it out. I remember seeing the trailer back when I went to see How to Blow Up a Pipeline, but it was kind of I don't know if it's gotten like if it's like on a streaming service yet, but you can rent it for like a few bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking great. It's like Succession, but just 2 rich assholes instead of 100.
It's like a chamber piece thriller version of something like Succession for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of a foul play situation. It's a cat and mouse thing.
Yeah,
kind of like who's really in the wrong. I think Zachary Kreger, who directed it, I think
no, Zachary Wigan. Zachary Kreger.
Wigan, sorry, he was Barbarian, wasn't he? Yeah. Wigan. He does this really unique thing where he tries to. It's not often you see a film where you're kind of like, who's in the wrong, where it does a good job at trying to make you feel like this guy's wrong, but she's also wrong. Who's worse than the other? And I think he does a good job at that. So yeah, 9 out of 10. And then, what the fuck? I watched a short film today on Mubi called Paparazzi.
Okay.
It was whatever. It's fine. It's black and white. Jean-Luc Godard shows up. Yeah, whatever. And then I watched Emergency for the second time.
That's a good film, mate. I liked that.
It's fucking funny.
I liked Emergency. Yeah, that's the Prime one, right? About the girl who ODs and everything, or something like that.
I've seen that.
You got these black guys who basically that's part of the plot. I'm not. They basically find this white girl asleep and like passed out in the apartment in the college campus, and they've basically just got to try and take her to hospital. But her sister's also looking for her, and they're trying not to get caught by the cops because they think they'll get shot or whatever. It's quite funny.
Yeah,
the way
sounds really funny. Yeah, that kind of subject matter sounds really funny, Josh. You fucked up motherfucker.
It's a comedy, dipshit.
I've never heard of it before, so just going off of what you just said.
It is funny in the film, but it doesn't sound it when it's described.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it sounds miserable.
Those are some cool watches, though, Josh.
But yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Awesome. Well,
motherfucker.
Well, for me, I'll just go with my last 5. I watched for the first time. Actually, I watched A Ghost Story, the A24 film.
Fuck! I love that film. You want a fan, want you, Jackson?
I wasn't huge on it. No,
No.
I definitely felt like it should have been like a short film. I think like it just kind of wore like the ideas of it just kind of wore too thin, and I did find it a little bit pretentious on the part of the filmmaker. Not to say that if you enjoy it, it's pretentious, but I just for me it just didn't quite work. But I still do like the director though. Like I think like I really like The Green Knight.
That's really good, mate.
You and I were talking about that, and I want to check out some of his other features because I know he's made a couple of more as well. So I'm not put off by him by any means, but I just this one just didn't quite do it for me.
Didn't he do the? Sorry, Jackson. Didn't he do the Peter Pan and Wendy film last year?
Yeah, I was about to say fucking leave that alone. Like,
but he also did he also did something else. I think it was like the
Peach Dragon.
Yeah, which was pretty well received. I haven't seen it, but I've heard it was good. And then there was another one he did with Rooney Mara. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe Josh
something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'd be more. I'm definitely like I was disappointed that I didn't like it, and I probably would revisit it at some point. But yeah,
I just raised my hand like I'm in fucking class. But all I wanted to say was, is it bad that I haven't seen The Green Knight yet. I was gonna see it in theaters, but I was kind of losing my mind, so I didn't make it. Anyways, is it bad that the only thing I know about that movie is like you see his cum? I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be shocking.
No. That's that. I mean, it's funny. I mean, that is. It is like a little amusing when that happens, but it's. No, I mean, it like a lot of the rest of it. I thought it worked really well. I thought it had a great.
All I know is like. Isn't there like a
beautiful cinematography? Yeah.
I think there's a giant and there's some cum. Like that's all I know. I don't even remember the trailer.
There's a talking fox.
I thought you said a talking cock. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Oh,
I need to watch this.
It's not Bo's afraid, Brady. Okay?
Hey, dude. You put a talking phallic object in front of me, you got my attention. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, Naked Lunch.
Oh yeah, that's good. Talking buttholes. There you go.
Yeah, I before you continue, Jackson, I'm gonna be kind because I know people like A Ghost Story, but I think A Ghost Story is like one of my most hated films ever.
Motherfucker! Oh, really, Leon?
I really don't like it, so I don't feel alone in not fully connecting with it, Jackson. But I'm not gonna like poo-poo the film because I know people like it and everything.
It's not for everyone, mate.
Yeah.
You guys are being.
I'm with you, Josh. I absolutely love it, though.
This fucking hurts. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
This half of the screen likes A Ghost Story and the other half doesn't. This is segregation.
Well.
So then Leon kind of mentioned this, but we watched Punisher Warzone together, which is if you don't know, it's a really like hyper violent superhero film, like from Vents. It's kind of like a Marvel spin-off thing. Like what's it called again? Like
Marvel Knights. Yeah, Marvel Knights. They made 2 Marvel Knights films. That and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh, brilliant. Goated.
That's right. That's the other one. Which I've seen the first Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Jackson. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've seen the first Ghost Rider, and I didn't like it, but I've heard mostly pretty good things about Spirit of Vengeance, since that one's done by Neville Dean and Taylor, I think.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I think I'm kind of the resident comic book.
By the way...
Oh, you go ahead. Sorry. I keep cutting you off. I don't mean to.
Oh, no. I'm just wondering, am I like delayed or like I'm breaking up at all just because I'm like it seems like I'm a little bit behind or something?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Cool. Just
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna say Marvel Knights, the whole gimmick of that film label was that so Marvel Knights was like a comic imprint for kind of edgier comics focused on their dark characters like Ghost Rider or Blade or the Punisher. And so they tried to do that with films, and then both movies lost a shit ton of money and they were like, oh fuck this. Think of how like DC wants to think how DC had Vertigo for a long time, right? Like V for Vendetta was under Vertigo and a couple of other films, but similar idea.
Yeah, very very similar for sure. I really liked all the like hyper violent stylization in it. Like there's just so many really fun and hilarious kills to happen in it that are just so over the top and cartoonish. It's everything I wish that the Morbius and Venom universe was. I wish that if they're going to do these kind of darker, that's why I have a little bit of hope for Kraven the Hunter, honestly, just because they're actually going to do an R-rated version of that.
And it's the same writer.
That explains the fucking shit dialogue in the trailer. Oh, where's my boss? Oh, you're standing in him.
Punisher Warzone's great, and Kraven's gonna be a certified bad 8 out of 10. I can't wait.
Let's go. Okay.
It's gonna be my movie of the year.
It's Kraven time.
There we go.
Well, Jackson.
I did a rewatch of.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Jackson. I think I am glad to say I haven't seen Morbius or Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
Oh, yeah. Your eyes have been blessed because.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking Leon made me watch it. Made me watch Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
Yes.
Dude, you
What
found a
do you
fucking.
think to it, Brady?
Not for me, but Leon loves it. Leon loves Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
I give it a 3 out of 10. That's how much I love it.
Oh,
Let there be ass.
It's so funny. There are sequences in that film that make me cry laughing, but it's terrible.
Every time I think of Venom Let There Be Carnage, I think of how Carnage hacks a computer with his tentacles and says, "Got any of them internets?" Like that's a scene in the movie. It feels like somebody's boomer uncle fucking wrote it.
He steals a car and he's like, red. I like red. He just says that for some reason. He drives to a gas station. There's this long one take of him entering the gas station, getting on top of the counter, kicking the guy in the head, and then sticking his tentacles into this gas station's fucking computer. Then he hacks into like the NSA and he's like, got any of them internets? And that happens in the space of about 20 seconds.
And that one take isn't even effective. That one take's pointless because it's
so
ugly
funny
to look at. It's ugly to look at.
And you said, what do I think of Venom Let There Be Carnage? I don't like it, but I haven't seen Morbius yet. I don't think I want to. I really don't think I want to. But
I don't want to.
All I can say is that I was in the Morbius Discord server for a little while.
You don't want to. Yeah.
I was in the Morbius Discord server, and I think I made friends with somebody, but they won't talk to me anymore.
Nice.
I thought friends were supposed to stick together in the Morbius Discord server.
I think Venom Let There Be Carnage is one of the worst movies I've ever fucking watched. It's up there with Cat in the Hat and what is it?
Cinema.
No.
It's up there with Food Fight for me.
Brady's gone. You've upset him.
Oh, he's gonna get his Blu-ray, isn't he?
Yes.
I will not tolerate slander.
I'm gonna just run through my.
Yeah.
Jackson, I do think you're a bit
delayed. I'm gonna run through my last few here just so we can actually get to comments. Okay, I'm gonna jump off for a second so I can fix that.
Yeah. I think Jackson's delayed just because I knew he was reacting like 10 seconds after everyone would speak, so I didn't know if I think he might be a bit delayed. Le cat in le hat.
Le chat.
Le chat. Le chat.
16 deleted scenes, Josh. You're missing out.
Am I? Am I?
Dance along with the cat. We got 20.
I kind of want to do that though. I kind of want a bunch of booze and just dance along with Cat in the Hat. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Behind the scenes magic, Josh. You're missing out.
That sounds a bit creepy, doesn't it? Behind the scenes magic.
High def picture, perfect high def sound.
I don't want to go behind the scenes with Mike Myers. I just don't.
That's like my fetish though. Like Mike Myers in a cat suit.
Oh yeah. Hot. No.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, pizza fire.
Here we go. I hope this works better now.
Hello, hi. Hi.
Yes. So I was in the middle of going through my Blu-rays, or like not Blu-rays, but stuff I've watched recently. So something I picked up very recent. Am I still delayed? Or
tell me when you hear this. Say now when you hear this. Now.
I think I'm still kind of delayed. I don't know what's up with this.
You're frozen right now.
Go.
You're not frozen. You're back.
Yeah. Hold on. Is it working better now?
I can see you now.
When you hear this, say now.
Oh, we love tech.
Come on.
I'm so sorry.
Jackson, when you hear this, say now.
Oh god, I love technology. It's so good.
Oh, don't.
I've been staring at this in your background. What the fuck is that sign behind you that says
What that?
We're gonna live forever?
Oh, what? We're gonna live forever?
What is that logo next to it?
Oh, that's a tambourine with the Oasis thing on
I was
it.
gonna say
that's Rat's bar, because everyone calls my dad Roland Rat, so they
Ratos?
Ratos, yes, that's why he's called Ratos. And then on the other side, we've got the record player and a bunch of other stuff. So,
I'm gonna show you what I thought it was.
Gucci, and we've got tons of fucking alcohol if I want to get hammered watching Carnage.
Josh, I thought it was this.
Let there be alcohol.
Oh, what is it?
It's supposed to be sharing my screen. One sec.
He's not here. He can't put it.
Yeah, Jackson's the host. He needs to show you. Get it up on your phone.
Anyways, what I was trying to say is it looks like the CBC logo for like the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation.
Sure.
Let me get it up. I'll show you.
Two other things I watched quickly, which aren't movies or TV shows. I went to see Boy Genius and Muna live. That was fun. I was the only straight person at that Muna concert. That's confirmed.
Focus.
Like literally, they had a sign saying, someone had a sign saying, "Scream if you're a man hater," and everybody screamed.
Come on.
So that was fun.
You can kind of see it. Kind of see this.
No.
Turn your brightness down on your phone.
Turn your brightness down to like 0. There you go.
What?
That's the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation's logo. It looks like that from a distance.
What, that?
Yeah, on the tambourine.
That's the United Kingdom flag on it.
I know, but like just from a distance. Do you see it, Sammy, or is it just me?
Oh, I see it, mate.
Leon, do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
I was like, why the fuck does Josh have something with the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation on it?
Because my dad's a fucking weirdo.
I was gonna say, are you like secretly a Canadian? Are you like a refugee? You're hiding out?
Oh, let me show you this thing real quick while we're waiting for.
I was gonna say we're pretty welcoming to.
We've got a big fucking cutout of Elvis.
Oh yes, it can.
Look at it. It's as tall as me.
Was he a manlet or something? Like he doesn't look very tall.
Oh yeah, he's an incel.
Are you a manlet, Josh?
No, he's an incel. He's not very tall, is he?
How tall are you, Josh?
I'm like 5'10".
Okay.
Oh, we're the same height then. For a second, I was
I
like,
think. I don't know.
Jackson!
Is this? Please tell me this is working better.
Okay. Say now. When you hear this, say now.
Motherfuck!
Oh, no, it's 5 seconds delayed. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving again. I'm gonna try it on my phone. All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, this
stream's
okay. Okay, Sam, you are now the host. You're number one there. You're the host. Host for us for the time being.
Okay. Right, who's your favourite Beatle? Has got the Beatles t-shirt.
Fucking, I don't know, but the best one who can sing properly.
John Lennon, because he got capped.
John
I think I'll
Lennon.
go with George. I'll go with George. I think George is my favourite Beatle.
John Lennon got
Nice.
capped. And also, he made that short film with, like, thing dripping out of his willy. So.
Oh yeah, John Lennon's self-portrait, the like hour-long film he made where he's it's never been released outside of one screening, and he said, and I quote, "It was kind of a shit film because the whole film is just an hour-long like portrait of his cock, like nothing else."
Oh,
And he said, and I quote, "Yeah, the film wasn't that great. I think there's a part in it where the cock dribbles."
How the fuck does your cock just dribble?
I don't know. Self-portrait. Look it up. John Lennon's self-portrait. It's a real film.
What did you?
It's about his dribbling Willy.
Liam, what did you make to like the Magical Mystery Tour film and Help film?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Nah, I watched the Magical Mystery Tour film years ago. And it was pretty damn trippy.
Yeah,
very quirky film that was.
I'll be honest, I'm not huge into like Beatles. Like I haven't really, not that I dislike them or anything. I've just never really like took the time to kind of delve into their work or anything. So I know they've got a ton of like really hard, like highly acclaimed stuff. Like A Hard Day's Night, I've heard is like excellent and everything, which I really want to see.
Dude, the Beatles,
so I do want to check out their films.
The Beatles were just cool when they did a lot of acid.
Oh yeah,
That's when they were their coolest, dude. Like, what is it? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club and
Got the tea.
Yeah, that's when they were at their coolest, dude. Dude, they wrote "I Am the Walrus." Come on, now.
I Am
They wrote
the
"I Am the Walrus."
That Josh, that just reminds me of what was it, that scene in The Big Lebowski when because John Goodman was talking about like what was it
B.I. Lennon.
it was the John Lennon quote, wasn't it? And then Steve Buscemi keeps saying, "I am the walrus," and then he goes, "I am the walrus," and then he goes, "Shut the fuck up, Donny."
V.I. Lennon, Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov.
Yeah.
Am I back, by the way?
Hello, hi. Okay, when you hear this, say now.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
you're good.
Yay.
You're good. Awesome.
I'm so sorry about my computer. I don't know.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I hope you're okay. I gave Sam host privileges for a minute, and he asked us questions about the Beatles.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah. No. I just. Oh, sorry.
I just gotta ask you really quick. You see that tambourine behind Josh?
Oh fuck! Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I swear to Christ, it looks like the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation logo. Really fucking with me. I'm like, Josh, are you hiding it in Canada or something? Like, why do you have that? But it's Oasis, you said?
Yes, it's my dad. He's obsessed with Oasis. He'd practically bum him if he could at this point. He's obsessed with them.
All right, so I'm just gonna go through my last three real quick, so that way we can actually start getting into comments. Because I'm sorry for the tech stuff, but this is the all good. So I did a rewatch of Ghost World the other night, which I picked up the Criterion.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, huge.
Watched that recently as well.
Yeah, it's so good.
Love it.
It really is. It's just such a funny and kind of sad by the end movie. It's actually pretty depressing.
Dear Josh, we came here to fuck you, but since you're not here, go fuck yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
Terry's got really good at that, like making miserable shit.
Yes, that's for sure. And then I watched a Frank Henenlotter short film that's on the Blu-ray of Basket Case. It's called Slash of the Knife, and it is a horror dystopian comedy, like mockumentary about circumcision.
Lovely.
It is very weird, but pretty funny, to be honest. If you have the Basket Case Blu-ray, I'm sure it's on there, so I would highly suggest checking it out at some point. It's strange. It's definitely a film. And
Jackson,
then,
sorry, mate, because you just mentioned Basket Case. I've only seen the first film. How are the other two, out of curiosity?
I've only seen the first film as well, but I really do want to check out the next ones. What did you think of the first film?
I thought it was pretty damn awesome, mate, to be honest.
No, isn't it? It's really funny. Like Frank Henenlotter, I think, is one of the better like horror comedy directors for sure. Like Frankenhooker, if you've seen that as well, I think is pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the last one I rewatched. I did a rewatch of David Fincher's Seven last night, not knowing that yesterday was David Fincher's birthday, as Winslow in the comments has pointed out. But yeah, I absolutely love Seven. I think it's one of Fincher's best still.
It's great, great film. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop out of the stream for a few minutes. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no worries. Cool. So I'm gonna get into a few comments here. I'm gonna start with the classic Winslow wave.
Winslow,
how's it going, man? Yeah, hope you're doing really well. Always good to see the wave. And then the first question comes from Winslow as well. He says that he rewatched The Social Network for the millionth time for Fincher's birthday last night. That's how I knew it was Fincher's birthday. God, what a masterpiece. Have you guys seen the new trailer for The Killer?
Yes.
And what are your thoughts, if so? Do you want to start, Sam?
I don't think I've seen the trailer, mate, but obviously, because it's obviously David Fincher, yeah, I'll definitely be watching it because he's a fantastic director. Mancat, his last film was a little bit mixed on, but he's still got great, consistent. He's still got a great, consistent filmography for sure. And I would say Jackson 7's definitely my favorite film of his for sure.
Very good, awesome. Yeah, I don't understand why he wanted to tackle Mank. I was like, it's such a weird thing. Like I really love all of the kind of crime pulp that he does. You know, recently like Gone Girl, and of course, Seven, Zodiac, and all that. But yeah, I just didn't understand why he was like, I want to tell a story that's kind of exaggerating truths about the writing of Citizen Kane. Like, I don't understand.
You know what, Jackson? It's funny because I still haven't seen Citizen Kane yet.
Oh, okay.
Really need to check that out.
I know why he did.
It's a lot better than Mank.
I would believe so.
Yeah.
I didn't like hate Mank or anything, but it's just one of those very like passive viewing experiences for me where it's like in one ear, out the other. The only thing I remember, I think Amanda Seyfried was pretty good at it. I think, but I just remember it. I don't even want to say it felt like Fincher on autopilot because you could tell it's something he wanted to do. It's so niche that it's like, why else would you do it unless you were really, really passionate about that? But I just found it so kind of lifeless, which was really disappointing for a Fincher film.
I agree.
But yeah, Social Network is great. I haven't seen the trailer for The Killer yet, but I tend to avoid trailers for films I'm super, super excited for anyway, so I can just go in as blind as possible. But I'm hearing really great things about it, so I'm excited to see The Killer.
I will say, Leon, if you're like looking to avoid the trailer because it's going to give away a lot, I would say you're fine to check it out. Because I watched it this morning, and the editing in it is so fast. It's like you don't really have time to like sit with any of the images and think about what it's about. It's just kind of like showing you lots of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just showing you lots of pretty images from the film.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what about you, Josh? Because I gather you checked it out as well.
Yeah, that might be one of the best trailers of the year. I'm not even fucking with you. I really like what it does because it's just like bam, bam, bam. It doesn't give you time to process information, kind of like Fincher's previous stuff, like Social Networks, kind of like that. It doesn't give you time to do it, but I think Social Network's like one of top 10 of all time material for me. I've seen it so many times. Andrew Garfield should have got nominated for an Oscar. What the fuck were they doing? I just love Social Network, and The Killer looks like it's going to be excellent. I know some people who are seeing it at Venice, some friends of mine. I'm jealous, and I like Fincher. I know why he did Mank. He did Mank because his dad wrote the script.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have done it. But Mank is the most bullshit thing because there's literally a scene of a guy holding an Oscar, like, yeah, look what we just won, like.
Well, I mean, and also in that speech, like when he wins his Oscar at the end of Mank, he claimed, and this is basically how the film ends. Like he claims that he didn't, that like that Orson Welles had nothing to do with the writing of Citizen Kane and stuff, and that's just not true. Like that's a theory that was started by this old Pauline Kael article that has been like thoroughly debunked since. Like it's very like it is very accepted by film scholars that Citizen Kane was written by both Mankiewicz and Welles, and yeah. So that may definitely put a bad taste in my mouth as a fan of Orson Welles. Like in that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't stand the Orson Welles slander. Like fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Orson Welles was a gem, especially in his later era, where he was just really, really big and really drunk and really angry but funny. I love him. He's great.
I love his champagne commercials that he did. Those are so good.
Yes, that's so amazing. Oh, I love those.
Like it's even funnier now hearing that in that scene, he's like, "Oh, we didn't write this. He had nothing to do with it." And David Fincher had nothing to do with the script for this film, and he was hoping that he would have won an Oscar. Like he was basically like, "Oh, this is gonna be me, hopefully in the future, win an Oscar." Like when he lost, I think it was Golden Globe for Best Script. You could see him take a shot in the background. It was very funny. Like David Fincher just goes and then drinks. Like it's very funny. When Chicago 7 won, which is even worse.
We got Mike from Did You See That? The OG.
Mike.
Hey
Mike,
man, how's it going? Had a great time on Mike's stream this past Saturday, was it? I think Sam, you were on there as well.
Saturday, yeah. And I will just quickly say, Jackson, whilst I'm at it, I'm actually going to be seeing Mike on Thursday. We're going to see 2001.
Yeah, you guys mentioned on the stream, in the theater, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so jealous of all these classics you're getting to see. Like you are having like, didn't you say you saw like Taxi Driver recently, Jaws, Solaris? Oh my god, just bring me, let me come. I want to see 2001 on the big screen.
His theater is goated, okay?
It sounds amazing.
I've just got Odeon, which shows Blue Beetle and all that shit. Like I want to see these.
Oh, that's great though.
But, and do you know what, Leon? It's actually not the first time I'm seeing 2001 on the big screen, because I actually saw it last year in October. It looks amazing on the big screen, man.
I can imagine,
and it's going to be the actual same screening room as well, and I think it's going to be the first time Mike has actually seen the film for the first time. So and for him to see it on the big screen for his first time watch will be glorifying, to say the least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like for me, like in terms of like classics that I saw on the big screen, I remember when COVID hit and all of the cinemas were like re-showing classic films and everything to kind of try and get people back in because they didn't have much to release. And I remember going around, I think it was around my birthday, to see Jurassic Park because I'd never seen Jurassic Park before. So first time I watched it was in 2020, and I had such a great time. It was one of the smaller Odeon screens, but not a single soul was in there. So I had it. It was basically like a private screening just for me. I got to experience Jurassic Park for the first time, and I fell in love with it. It was glorious. I loved it.
Fantastic film.
I absolutely love it when you're like the only person in the cinema, or like there's only like a couple.
So good. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It just felt like I had like a private screening to see like a film that's heralded as one of the greatest blockbusters ever, and I had such a blast with it. It's like I don't think watching it at home could compare, honestly.
The movie,
and also I cut you off a little bit, Sam. What were you gonna say?
It's all right. No, it's okay, mate. I was gonna say they are showing Jurassic Park at Tyneside this weekend, but I can't make it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I would have loved seeing that on the big screen. I'll just quickly ask you, Leon, because I was talking about 2001. Did you watch John Mondo's Kubrick ranking?
Oh, that was years ago, or is that a new video? Because I remember he did one.
Johnny's just done a re-ranking of Stanley Kubrick's filmography. It's really good video. I'd recommend it.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that yet. I remember his old video, like his Kubrick collection from like 2-3 years ago or something. Like I remember seeing that, but I haven't seen his new video yet. No, I will admit I'm a bit behind on YouTube recently. Just life has been something recently, but I will. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check it out. I imagine it'll be great.
And you're going to love this as well, Leon. Back in May, John did a ranking of I think most of David Lynch's films as well. So that was great video.
Nice. I need to check that out. I'm the resident Lynch lover here. That sounds really weird. The resident David Lynch lover. Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
I don't want to make you jealous, Leon, but they are showing Blue Velvet at Tyneside as well.
I'm gonna cry. Stop.
I saw Blue Velvet in theater in the cinema like a few months ago. Because the theater that I go to does like Wild Card Wednesday sometimes, where members of the theaters can like you can curate like a mystery movie night for free. And one of my best friends, he's a huge Lynch head, and he picked Blue Velvet, so that was a lot of fun to go see that in the cinema for sure.
It. The only time I've ever had the opportunity. This is how much the world hates me when it comes to David Lynch. The only time I've ever had the opportunity to see a David Lynch film in the cinema was a fucking screening of Dune, his worst film by a country mile, and I couldn't even make it because I was in Yorkshire to see Bring Me the Horizon live at the same day, so I couldn't have even made it if I wanted. The only time I've ever had like the opportunity to see a Lynch film, and I'm just like, I want to see one on the big screen. I adore that man so much. He's I think if I could see Eddie, Blue Velvet, 100%, but also
me too.
I think, weirdly, I just love to see Wild at Heart with a packed crowd. I think that would be so good. Oh, that'd be great.
That would look a lot of fun for sure. We got Lachlan Ashton saying hello. Hey, Lachlan, how's it going? I think you popped into the stream maybe on our last one, so yeah, thanks so much for coming back.
He's a mutual of mine on Twitter.
Awesome. Yeah, great to hear. We got Winslow as well saying, this week I've watched Deep Red, disappointing. Welcome to the Doll's House. Nice. Finished Nirvana, the band, the show, which I think you mentioned on the last one. And rewatched AI from Spielberg. It's one of his most underrated. Nice. That's a cool list of stuff. Yeah, for sure. I'm a little disappointed that you were disappointed about Deep Red for sure, because I definitely like that film a lot. But
I will say, with Deep Red, Winslow, like, do you have it like physically, like a Blu-ray or anything? Because I learned this because you were talking about John a minute ago, Sam, and I feel like I need to spread this because it is essential in kind of getting the best experience from Deep Red. So if you have the limited edition here, the 2-disc 4K, or the Arrow limited edition here, you get 2 cuts of the film. Now, you get the original theatrical cut of the film, and this is 2 hours and 7 minutes long. But you also get the export cut. And for those of you who don't know, export cuts are essentially like these shortened, truncated cuts of films that were released around that era, especially if they were like a dubbed film. So if you had like a martial arts film, the US or the UK cut would be about 20 minutes longer. They'd cut out some exposition, all of that stuff to kind of make it a bit like leaner, I guess, for like lack of a better term. And the first time I watched Deep Red, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine. I really liked. Yeah, I liked a lot of what was going on, and as always, I love Argento's direction. Like, he's one of my favorite directors. But I remember watching John's video because he said, get the limited edition because the export cut is better. So the second time I watched Deep Red was when Arrow released it on 4K, and they included the export cut. So I checked that out because the export cut actually trims off 22 minutes of the runtime. So it's an hour 45, something like that. And it genuinely made the film go from like a 6-7 out of 10 to like a 9 star, like a 9 out of 10 for me. Like, I think trimming that 20 minutes of like kind of fluff really enhances it, because you don't miss much. It's just a few character moments that I don't think are very essential. And I
have to agree with you, Leon. The first time I watched Deep Red, I thought it was good. I thought it was like a 7 out of 10 film. But I must admit, the first about 45 minutes of the film, it was just a bit middle of the road for me. There was few plodding moments, but then I think the second half of the film, where it got a bit more interesting, where we spent a bit more time with the investigation and that, so but it's a good movie. I did much prefer Bird with Crystal Plumage, though. I think that's a
Bird is
great
great.
film.
Hey,
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think it's kind of underrated for Argento. Like, I think that central mystery, like murder mystery aspect, kind of classic Giallo staple, is just like so engaging at the start of the film, and it really, the direction in the climax, like with that person who falls off the building and all that, like it's just some of the most creative stuff Argento's ever done. I'm a big fan.
Oh, it's amazing. But yeah, that's my advice. If you want to enjoy Deep Red more, check out the export cut. I think the export cut genuinely enhances the film so much, and it's one of a few times where I'd actually say that, like, for a film that's like trimmed down to actually work better, because I just think it's like a leaner and more tight experience overall. And like you said, that opening like 40 or so minutes of the film can kind of I can drag on a little bit, and you still get everything you need. All of the essential information is still intact in that version. It just kind of gets into it a bit earlier on, and it's such a better cut of the film in my opinion. So
I've only got the standard Blu-ray edition of it, Leon. So in order to get the, obviously that version that you just mentioned, so you've got to get the limited edition.
Unfortunately,
I'll try seek that out for sure.
I will say, easiest way to get it right now, have a look on CEX at some point, because CEX, I was looking at my local CEX, and I think they had a copy for like £15, and that was for the 4K with the poster, art cards, and the 4K limited edition. So if you can just get your hands on the 2-disc 4K release, you'll be sorted and you'll have access to that. Or if you're Blu-ray, then if you can track down this release here, which has dropped a lot in price as time has went on, because the 4K is out and everything. But yeah, that's as long as you can get it with the export cut, it just enhances the film so much.
Excellent. I'd love to get the soundtrack to that film on vinyl as well. That soundtrack's gorgeous.
It really is.
I hope you know this limited edition comes with the soundtrack. It is CD only, but you do get the CD soundtrack there, which I think is awesome. I miss when Arrow used to do that. They don't do it so much anymore. And obviously it's no vinyl, but it's cool to have like those little goodies and stuff in those releases. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome stuff, Leon.
We got Jason, the old millennial. Hey, how's it going, man? Good. It was really good chatting to you as well. Really good chatting to you as well, both on Saturday and then on when you did a live stream the other day as well. Nice shirt, Sam, he says. Yeah, got the Beatles going on. Absolutely, with the Beatles love. And then Gordy Gord says popped into the chat to say Nirvana, the band, the show is based.
That's Brady, I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if that was probably definitely a Freddie Got Fingered reference.
Yeah.
What is Brady, by the way, Jackson?
I don't know. Has he messaged the group chat, Leon or Josh? Just because I've been looking at guests, because this is my first time doing it on mobile, and I haven't seen a request for him to like come back, so I don't know.
Let me go check what's up. 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just go through a couple other comments as well. He says Matt Johnson rules in general.
Oh, he does.
He's so good.
He's the showrunner, I guess, for that Nirvana show, right?
Is it sorry, Leon, is it Matt Johnson of The as in the band? Or is it a different Matt Johnson?
I think it might be a different.
It's the Matt Johnson that directed Blackberry and like the Dirties and stuff like that. Yeah.
Operation Avalanche. So good. Yeah. No, Matt Johnson is fantastic. I adore the Dirties. I think it's one of the best. I guess you could say found footage films ever, but it's not a horror film. It's not like it's a very creative found footage film, and it's like I don't know. It's like kind of a love letter to cinema, but it's also got some really, really dark undertones too, while being absolutely hilarious. And then Operation Avalanche, I need to see, but Blackberry is just phenomenal. And what I've seen of Nirvana the band, the show, is just fucking hilarious. He's great. I really like Matt Johnson a lot.
I really need to check out Blackberry. I think that's one of the ones I'm going to try and rent before I go off to grad school.
Jackson might know this, but he read out one of Intercut's, one of my friends' letterboxed reviews on a video, and he was like, "Nah, this is too fucking wordy." He said,
Matt Johnson did.
Yeah, he read out Zach's review.
That's funny. Did Zach mention that on the podcast or something?
No, he told us about it in Patreon.
Oh, okay.
And he was like,
I'm not on that.
And he just found it so funny. He said it's so Matt Johnson because he
Nice.
he started reading it and he was like, "No, this is too fucking wordy."
Yeah. We also got Jason. We were talking about A24 a little bit earlier with like a ghost story and stuff like that. He says that the only A24 movie he's liked is The Disaster Artist.
Bro, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
honestly,
I agree, Josh.
Yeah. I think so too. And also I don't think The Disaster Artist is one of my favorite A24 movie. Just yeah, it feels like, I don't know. It almost feels like it agrees.
Project.
It does a little
like
bit.
It a lot.
Yeah, it's not as I don't know if its love for the room feels that genuine. You know, like I feel like it's not as good as like Ed Wood. Like Ed Wood, I feel like really.
Ed Wood's fantastic.
Yeah,
good film.
Yeah.
Good film. That.
Yeah, definitely. But it's definitely a solid movie. I did enjoy it, especially when it came out. For sure.
Here's a question to throw to the chat. What's everyone's favorite A24 film? Because I'm trying to think now. I have two in mind, but I want you guys to go first, just so I can decide on which I'm gonna say is my favorite.
Well, no, Josh is.
Oh yeah, we know we know Josh's. Yeah,
we know Josh's.
The Whale, yeah. Yeah, fucking
people are amazing.
It's amazing, you fat fuck.
Well, Sam, what is your favorite A24 film?
It's amazing.
There's a fair few, mate, but I think, I mean, the Florida Project would be up there. Moonlight would definitely be up there. That's a fantastic movie.
Oh, top 10.
Yeah, great film, Josh. But my favourite A24 film off the bat, I think I'm going to have to go with Everything Everywhere. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It was my favourite film of last year as well.
Oh, it's
basic bitch choice, but I respect it. I love that movie as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really good.
So good.
Yeah.
And then for me, I'm gonna go with my boy Robert Eggers. I'm gonna go with The Witch.
Woo!
Yeah, it's just
Love The Witch.
one of my it's just the atmosphere of it. I think is almost like unmatched in terms of like the modern era of horror. But I do want to give a shout out.
The whole elevated horror genre, so I'm glad.
I don't like the term. I don't like the term elevated horror. I will say. I think it's like it kind of pretends as like grindhouse horror doesn't have metaphorical like kind of artistic expressions.
Yeah.
Like it's pretending that like, oh, this is the first movement to like have ideas, but it's not like all horror does. But I know what you mean in terms of like the modern like kind of like revival of it for sure. And then I also did want to mention Red Rocket. It might be up there as well for me.
Red Rocket,
very good.
I love it. I rewatched it a few weeks ago, and I couldn't stop laughing all the way through.
It's so funny.
I love the fact that Mikey is like one of the scum of the earth people, but Sean Baker makes him so likable somehow.
Yeah.
Like,
in a way, like I feel like I don't like him as a character, but at the same time, I keep wanting to see what he does next. I keep wanting to
Simon
kind of
Rex,
spend time with his character. Yeah,
Simon Rex is so good.
He's so good. I would love to see him.
He was in Project X. I didn't realize this until I rewatched it last week. He did this really kind of offensive and racist bit at one point, and then he gets bitch slapped in the face by a kid. It was quite funny.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely. Let's see what we got next. We got Winslow saying going back to the talk we were having about Deep Red. I know I was massively disappointed that I didn't care for Deep Red. I watched Grave with the Crystal Plumage and Four Flies and Grey Velvet. Enjoyed those, but Deep Red bored me.
Grey Velvet.
Yeah. No. That's a real title for it. It's Four Flies on Grey Velvet. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the which release is it?
Yes,
this one here, like the shameless release over here. That's like the actual title, but like here, Four Flies on Grey Velvet. That is a weird title, but it's part of his animal trilogy, I believe. Like, because you have Bird with the Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails, and then Four Flies.
Oh yeah.
So Yeah, it was like a thematic trilogy of sorts. I've yet to see this one. It's like one of a few like mainstay Argento films I have to see. I am going to say real quick though, Josh, say your favorite A24 film.
Oh, After Sun, obviously. Right.
There we go. I'm gonna quickly.
We got Brady back, by the way.
Hi, Brady.
I wish you
I've
guys
seen
could see my
it
username
nearly
right
10
now.
times now. I've seen it 9 times. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I,
awesome. To
I
have
wish you
a
guys
film
could
that
see my
you've seen.
username right now.
I saw it. It's. Do I want to say
Brady.
it?
Brady.
Brady. What's your username?
Oh, it's After Sun sucks.
Oh, you
Did you not like it, Brady?
I haven't seen it.
Cheers!
Oh,
No, I haven't seen it yet.
it's amazing, man.
I missed it when it came out, and I've had a couple opportunities to watch it since, but I've just kind of missed it. Like I almost watched it on a plane recently, but I was like, I don't like the sound mixes on planes tend to be really bad, so I didn't want to like ruin. I want to watch it in a good experience because I think I'm gonna really like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a plane movie at all.
No.
Brady, what's your favorite A24 film? I'll get to mine last.
Men.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, Josh.
Get it!
You didn't read
That's
my
a
review.
good choice.
It's The Lighthouse.
Wait,
Oh.
It's
The
The
Lighthouse.
Okay.
I've got 3. I was struggling to decide between Good Time, which is the best Safdie's film, Uncut Gems, which is incredible, or Climax. But I'm gonna go with my boy Gaspar. I adore Gaspar Noé. It's probably
Uncut
my
Gems
favorite
is
film of last decade.
Uncut Gems is a very close second, but I'm actually gonna give a shout out to Beau's Afraid because it hasn't left.
Oh, Beau's Afraid. I literally just bought that. I literally just bought that on Apple TV today.
It's not like a 10 out of 10. It's not like not even a 9 or an 8 for me. It's something that's persisted in my brain. I can't get rid of it.
It's a very funny movie.
You're gonna be sick.
I mentioned this morning to the group chat. That movie, Beau's Afraid, is available on my upcoming flight to the UK for grad school.
Watch it.
Like,
watch
that
it.
That is not a plane movie, I don't think.
Watch it. Watch it.
I think the last movie I watched on a plane was Bad Times at the El Royale.
Okay.
That's how long it's been since I've been on a plane.
That's a very dark movie to watch on a plane, like visually dark.
I was in the very back of the plane too, and the guy sitting next to me was nice enough to keep the window closed on my fucking, I don't know, 16-inch screen.
Yeah.
But it was that and Isle of Dogs. Those were the last 2 that I watched on.
Isle of Dogs is a good show.
I fell asleep.
I like that film.
I fell asleep during Isle of Dogs, and the guy behind me kept rocking his seat back and forth and hitting me in the head because I had my head on the little tray that you lay out.
I think Asteroid City would be a good plane movie.
It might actually.
I need to see that.
Sam, I know you were pretty disappointed. I know, Sam, you were pretty disappointed with Asteroid City. That's great.
Do you know what, Jackson? When it comes to that film, I feel like I'm on an island because everyone else seems to love it, but I'm very much one of the very few that just didn't connect with it. I really want to love it, Leon, because Wes Anderson's my favourite director, but I think a lot of the characters I just found a bit wooden, a bit paper thin, but I do want to give it another go because there are some films that do deserve second chances. I feel like that's one of them.
Hey guys, Asteroid City could be a good plane movie because you can sleep while it's playing.
Oh!
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I found Asteroid City very, very dull, but I know that Jackson was kind of like lukewarm on it the first time, and then it kind of like won you over the second time, right? Like,
I was really moved by it the second time. I was kind of surprised, like, because I went into it. The first time I was very like charmed, like it was, it's got all the Wes Anderson style that I liked, but I just found I found the 2 like narratives that were going on, like the meta one and then the Asteroid City one, like kind of hard to connect to. But the second time, they just kind of connected in a way that I like didn't really expect. So I'd recommend another watch if you don't totally hate it or anything. Like I'd recommend another viewing of it. Yeah.
No, yeah, it was very like 5 out of 10 for me, but it could go up. Like I don't see myself like, oh, I hated it or anything. It was just very like I was saying earlier with Mank, it was kind of like a bit of a passive experience for me where I just didn't really get too much out of it. But I totally understand to revisit it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I've just got to say I've got to go because it's nearly 9:30. But
okay.
It's been really fun. It's been great catching up with you.
Absolutely, Josh.
I'll speak to you guys later.
Yeah.
I will be on my computer, so I won't be on a fucking shit screen like this. So yeah.
Yeah. No. Have a good time, man.
Yeah.
Take care. Mind how you go. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
Awesome.
Get out of here.
And then number 4. Get out of here.
Oh God. And I did want to ask you actually before, because I don't know if you responded to this. Have you seen Four Flies on Grey Velvet, the Argento film?
I haven't, mate. You know what? I have been umming and ahhing about getting the what is it? The triple pack of Suspiria, Opera, and Four Flies and Grey Velvet?
Yeah.
And it was pretty decent when I looked on eBay. It was about £25 or something. So I might have to look into it because I definitely need to check out the original Suspiria because I've heard that's incredible.
Oh, I love it, but it's not for. I will say with the original Suspiria, it is not for everybody. Like it's something that like people. Yeah, Brady, you explain your thoughts on Suspiria, one of my favorite experiences of all time.
Take it away.
It's not that bad, and I know you don't think it's that bad.
He doesn't think it's that bad. He's just being mean.
It's so boring. It's so fucking.
How is it boring?
It's
What?
so fucking boring. I watched it. I watched it like 2 or 3 years ago, and I swear to God, I was almost nodding off. Like I'm not the kind of person like I don't normally fall asleep during films, because I mean usually I have the.
He says as he fell asleep during Isle of Dogs.
5 years ago.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I don't like Argento. I don't like Argento's style. I think it's just messy, shitty filmmaking with really good music. Yeah, that's Argento for me.
I disagree, but I understand. I understand because like I have this one friend on like Facebook and Letterboxd who is a huge Giallo fan, but he's never really connected with Argento. He's much more into like Bava and Fulci. So you're definitely not alone.
I'm not huge into like Italian horror films, just because like I don't know. It's just like I find them very shoddy. Like they feel very shoddy. I mean, we watched what was it? Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. Is that what it was?
The Beyond, yes.
Yeah, I remember like nothing about that other than the scene with spiders made me laugh, and I liked how much goo there was. There was a lot of goo. And
you kind of like Zombie.
I found Zombie kind of boring. Like I don't know. Like I just it wasn't for me. I don't know what it is about Italian horror, with the exception of like demons. I like demons, but I do not vibe, especially with Argento. But Fulci's alright. Like I can tolerate some Fulci, but you throw in an Argento film, dude, you're gonna put me in a fucking coma.
Sorry, Leon.
Oh,
I was gonna.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Brady, what was the other film you saw by Argento other than Suspiria?
Take it away, Leon.
Right?
I'm gonna be honest. Brady, I love you. You're like my best friend in the world. I'm sorry, but watching Tenebrae with you was probably the most insufferable film experience I've ever had in my entire life. It didn't make me like you any less. But
I'm just glad I could.
Shit, dude,
I'm just glad I could provide
horrible.
I'm just glad I could provide you with one of the worst viewing experiences of your life.
It
was
was
like an honor.
It is. I don't think I can exaggerate how much I was just kind of like upset over it, because
and you were just like mentally like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Pretty
But
much. I will never forget when you said Tenebrae is on the same level as a Friday the 13th sequel and has no like interesting like content whatsoever.
I stand by that. I really do.
I love you, but fucking hell, man.
I just like goo. I like my movies with some goo.
Winslow says, "Love Argento style and direction and plumage. The stuff with the gloves and the killing framed in the window, all great stuff." Yeah, that is it. It feels like one of the first. I mean, there's so much style in the entire giallo genre, but it feels like Argento was trying to make a statement about the entire genre. Like that's how stylized it is compared to some of the other ones.
Exactly. I think Tenebrae is the perfect example of that too. It kind of feels like this meta commentary on his work as a whole, and it's just got so much like that one take like halfway through is fucking glorious. But there is a shot at the end, and Brady never made it to the end, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, but I think you know the shot. It's a reveal shot involving two people, and it is such a fucking great shot. And I think it was a shot that like De Palma ended up like lifting for one of his films later down the line, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I love it. Anyway, Tenebrae's awesome. Dario Argento's awesome.
No, I do love the meta angle to it for sure. Like it's actually one of my favorite horror films that kind of like wants to examine like what horror does to people a little bit. Like the kind of I don't want to spoil too much. If Sam, have you seen it? Tenebrae?
Sorry, mate. Yeah, Tenebrae. That's a great film. I really enjoyed that. But as I say, Brady, you never know, because obviously, I think it was Suspiria. You said it was 3 years ago since you last watched it, but Suspiria on like maybe second viewing, you never know. You might come to like it a bit more. Shot. Yeah,
I would.
Because it's kind of same with me with Asteroid City, mate. You know, as I say, for right now, I'm very much cold on it, but I do want to give that movie another shot. So yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, you continue.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just gonna say, like, I think there's some films out there that's really changed my perception on second viewing. You know, a couple examples is obviously Mirror by Tarkovsky, and obviously Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I hated it on first viewing, but I love it now. And I'm hoping it's going to be the same with Asteroid City, because I've only seen it the once. The French Dispatch, I'm not there yet. I've watched The French Dispatch twice, and I'm still really can't get into it, unfortunately.
That one's like pure like formalism. It's like he's just like it's all to do, I think, with the kind of the meta stuff. Like I don't know, I think part of the problem for me, at least the first time, was that like all the stories are disconnected, and so you don't have that much time to like latch on to the characters. But I still like it for the most part.
And I can certainly see where you're coming from, like when it comes to revisiting films. Like one off the top of my head that I can think of, and Leon was probably, I think you were surprised by this when I talked with you about it. But I watched Lady Bird again recently.
Yes.
I could not stand Lady Bird the first time I watched it. That movie made me so irritated and so annoyed. And then I watched it this time, and I thought, it's cute. It's a decent step up from it melting my brain because of how annoyed I am to it's cute. That's a good step up.
One of the biggest examples for us is obviously Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh yeah,
2. Sorry, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Leon and Brady try not to mention Rob Zombie films challenge.
Impossible. But like, what did you give? What did you give Halloween 2 the first time? Like a 5, 4, or something?
It was like a 4, and I have my old review still up. I remember I watched it on my laptop while I think my friend Butters was playing games, and I just had my headphones in. And anyways, I wrote a review about that, and I'm still leaving it up, even though it's pretty negative, and I changed my opinion quite a lot. But I still praised it. Like I wasn't like, oh, this is fucking garbage, like a lot of other people. But then it really, really grew on me.
Yeah, now it's like 8 or 9 for you, right?
It's a 9. It's a 9.
Oh wow, that's cool, man.
I like me some Rob Zombie garbage where people talk about fucking dead bodies, and I don't know. I've grown to love his dialogue. His awful, disgusting, horrible dialogue.
I will say I've only seen House I've only seen House of a Thousand Corpses, and I could not stand the dialogue in it. I was like,
I think you know, Jackson. I know we've never watched a film together before, but I'd actually be down to showing you The Devil's Rejects at some point.
I would be down for that too. Yeah,
because it is a sequel, but it's also like completely different tonally.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it goes from like carny garbage to it goes from like total carny garbage to like a western.
Yeah. I've heard he has like a. I heard the ending is really cool. Like there is kind of like a spaghetti western.
That ending might be my favorite thing Rob Zombie's ever done.
Cool.
Oh, that's a. I mean, I can understand that actually. To be fair, he has a lot. Yeah.
Weirdly, The Devil's Rejects is a. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Brady. What were you saying about The Devil's Rejects?
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know what it was, but coming across zombies films when I was younger and seeing something so aggressively, like something so aggressively personal. Like I was probably 14 when I first watched The Devil's Rejects, and I completely fell in love with that. I don't think ever since like, I mean, I've said it before, but like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies were really important to me when I was younger, and they made me like think, oh, who made this? Who's in this? I never thought of that before. But then Rob Zombie's films were also kind of a step in that direction, just because everything he makes has his name on it with like in capitals. Like it's just a Rob Zombie film. And I don't know. It's weird to say that about a movie about murdery hillbillies, but
he's a vulgar auteur.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
But I was going to just say, Jackson, it is interesting because I have noticed the two Halloween films from Rob Zombie are maintaining a bit of a cult following there. I'd be intrigued to check them out.
The second one,
for me too. There's only 4 Halloween films I haven't seen yet, and they're 6, the Rob Zombie ones, and then Resurrection. I think I've seen all the other ones, but
I kind of want to watch the Rob Zombie films with you at some point.
I would do that maybe this October or something.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking of maybe running through the last 4, like all through October that I haven't seen. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I made the mistake of showing my partner the Rob Zombie Halloween before we ever watched the original, and so where the original is so loud and so violent, and then what the original Halloween has like, I don't know, you see the knife but not the stabbings. Like it was just such a step down to my partner, and I feel kind of bad about that, but my partner really loves Rob Zombie's Halloween and kind of really loves Halloween Ends. Weirdly, I think that's their 2 favorites out of like the 5 that we've watched.
Halloween Ends. Have you shown Erin Season of a Witch?
No, but that'll be
that'll
be a good Halloween.
Leon, you just named my favorite Halloween film right there, and I've only seen the first 3 original Halloween films, but out of the first 3, whilst I think the John Carpenter original is the better movie, I do think Season of the Witch is my favorite out of the 3.
Yeah, I completely get that. Yeah. Like I completely.
That's a fantastic take, Sam. I love that.
I love that take too.
I don't think I'll ever understand like the reception when Halloween 3 came out of like, oh, why is there no Michael Myers? Like that shit. There's a part of me
think different so bad. That's it. That's the Halloween MO. It's think different so bad for general audiences. It's always been that way.
And Sam, where you said you've only seen the first 3 out of the original films, you don't need to go further. You don't need to go further because like they're just like they can be enjoyable. I like Halloween 4 quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're schlock. They're total fucking schlock. Like they're not. I don't know. They're comparable to like, I don't know. I'll bring it up again. The Friday the 13th sequels. It's just like it's more of the same. It's Michael Myers with a knife. Dr. Loomis is going, oh, we gotta get Michael, and it's that for like 3 movies until fucking Donald Pleasance died.
I will say the. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, Jackson.
Oh, I was just gonna say briefly about Halloween 4. I don't know if you can agree with me on this, Brady, but the ending of Halloween 4 is so much better than the rest of the movie itself.
Yes,
like
the ending of Halloween 4 is so good.
It feels like it belongs in a different movie. That's how good it is. Like because the rest of it's just kind of like, But
there's times where I have intrusive thoughts of Donald Pleasance going, no.
But yeah,
But yeah, Sam, sorry about that. Yeah.
No, it's okay, mate. I was just gonna say, like, I do want to check out the rest of, the Halloween films. I've been waiting for like a nice, lavish Halloween Blu-ray box set over in the UK, but we just don't seem to be getting it anyhow. So I might have to just settle for the DVDs, or they might come on streaming. I don't know, but I'm curious to check them out for sure. I know.
Are you region free, or do you have like a 4K player?
I've got a 4K player. I don't. I'd say I've got region free, but I don't think it obviously my player obviously plays like region A discs and that.
Okay, well, as long as you don't mind like not being able to access the extras, Shout Factory have put out practically all of the original films on 4K. I bought Season of the Witch myself, and this is like a 4K release, and the 4K disc itself is region free, so you could just pop it into like your 4K player as it is, but you wouldn't be able to access the other two. But Brady sent this over as a gift. This is Halloween 2 on 4K, like the original Halloween 2. But yeah, they've released them all the way up to Resurrection. So like that entire line you can buy in 4K, and you could probably it would be a bit to import, obviously, because US discs, 4Ks and all of that. But if you want to watch them like in the best way possible, you can always get those. And then if you're ever region free, they come with like documentaries, bonus features. I think Halloween 2 comes with the TV cut as well, so you get multiple cuts of some of the films too. So I'd say that's probably your best choice if you want like to own the films and like the best format, but it is going to be pricey. That's the only issue.
Yeah. I've been sort of umming and ahhing about the idea of just because I'm going to New York for my birthday in January, Jackson.
Nice.
I'm so excited for that. And I've been thinking if they actually are going to have, like if I've got to like the stuff like Blu-rays and 4Ks and seeing if they've got any of them. I've been thinking about obviously getting them whilst I'm away.
That's not a bad idea at all, because you're saving on like postage and shit like that.
Yeah, you could go to like the AFI, I think is there. I could be wrong, but like there's so many great places for physical media in New York for sure. I definitely recommend it. I did want. Winslow said, by the way, that just kind of ending this conversation on Bird, I think that he found it. Bird is like tight and stylish and mysterious, whereas Deep Red has like some impressive moments. But he was checking how much time there was left, like 30 minutes in. Maybe like Leon said, just maybe look into checking out that other shorter cut of it. Maybe that would help things a little bit. Yeah.
It really does kind of enhance the experience, and if you're not like fully invested in what Deep Red is going for, then it does cut out like a huge chunk of that opening hour or so. So like you said, if you were saying that you were checking your watch or like checking the time 30 minutes in, then 30 minutes in the export cut is already when things start to get like super interesting and the investigation starts. So maybe that's the cut to go for. It's the cut I like always watch with that now. Like it's a essential cut in my opinion.
Nice. We got a favorite of the channel, Del Boy here. How's it going?
Hi, Del Boy.
Sam's sort of shite. Just kidding. No. It's a great shirt, man.
I've had a few compliments for that T-shirt today. I've just been gifted that Black Sabbath T-shirt that I was wearing on Saturday as well.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
I think, Jackson, I think you're the only one who's wearing a plain shirt. I think we've all got graphic T-shirts.
Oh, that is true. I thought I was wearing an Adirondack shirt today, but no, plain.
Yeah, I got the Stop Making Sense shirt. You've got the Beatles shirt.
Excellent. I was going to say, Leon, Talking Heads, one of my favourite bands.
That's so good. Stop Making Sense is one of the greatest, like, cinematic, or like greatest, like, film experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I adore that thing so deeply, daily. Jesus, English, so good.
I just like the ginger toy who stabs people. I just like it.
We've got Winslow saying some of his favorite A24 films. So Uncut Gems, First Reformed, Florida Project, After Sun, Come On, Moonlight, Spring Breakers, Lighthouse. Of course, the Lighthouse just given his logo.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say that he mentioned Ex Machina in his next comment too, and those are all fantastic choices, Winslow.
Yeah,
But,
I was just gonna say I'm surprised that he didn't say the lighthouse first, given the fact that he's Winslow. But yeah, no, lighthouse is excellent.
The only one of those that I haven't seen is After Sun, but I agree with almost all of your picks except for Come On, Come On. I thought Come On, Come On was pretty dull. It wasn't something I.
I
liked
didn't
it.
see it. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I will say I'm just glad that Spring Breakers get a show because Leon knows that I'll never shut the fuck up about Harmony Korine. I love Harmony Korine.
Harmony Korine to him is Dario Argento to me.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god, I love Harmony Korine.
Actually, there's a few of them I haven't seen as well, which is I haven't seen First Reformed yet. I haven't seen. I know I'm really looking forward to that one. And then After Sun, Spring Breakers. Those are the three.
Okay.
But I need to get on all of those all sound great.
I've seen all of them outside of Come On, Come On, but I've heard decent things about it, so I'll check it out eventually.
I liked it quite a bit actually. I thought it was pretty. It was like a sweet, like heartfelt movie, but in a way that didn't because that's not usually what I go for. But like it in a way I thought that it kind of earned it. Have you seen it, Sam?
Come On, Come On.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, because I've got the Beatles T-shirt. I was like, come on,
yeah.
come on. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, mate. It was one of my favourite films of 2021. I would say I've seen all of these films on here. The only one I didn't really connect with was Spring Breakers, but I really like everything else.
Awesome.
I think Spring Breakers might be Harmony Korine's masterpiece. I think that movie is fucking excellent.
I mean,
please enjoyed it.
I like Spring Breakers. It's like it's a masterpiece compared to Julian fucking Donkey Boy.
Fuck you, Leon.
But his experience, my experience with Brady watching Tenebrae is comparable to his experience showing me Julian Donkey Boy by Harmony Korine, where I was just really obnoxious during that viewing, but I kind of hated. I hated Donkey Boy, but it's stuck in my brain since, and I think it's kind of went up over time. So I think I like it now, but I had a very visceral reaction to that, and I had like I want to say like a genuine like hour and a half to 2 hour conversation with you after the film talking about it, like in both a positive and negative light.
I'm not going to interject outside of look at my Hello Kitty Pez. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay.
I don't want to be reminded of listening to you for like 2 fucking hours, and I'm like, please let me go to sleep. Stop talking about it.
In addition to Ex Machina, Winslow also, I just realized, mentioned one of my favorite A24 films, Souvenir Part 2.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think that I want to rewatch the first one as well, because I think the second one gave me so much like context of a way to, it gave me so many different ways to think about the first one. So I feel like if I put both of those two together, like it might be a masterpiece. Like it's really, really great.
Yeah. Do you know what, Jackson? I don't know about you, but I feel The Souvenir is just one of those misunderstood films. Like it gets a lot of shit, that movie, that I've come across. I don't know about you, but I've come across a lot of people that really didn't connect with that film. But I'm a bit of a defender. I really like it. It's very dialogue driven, but it's got a bit of that reminiscence of like the Before trilogy, very character driven, and obviously it's very dialogue heavy, but I think their chemistry just hit a good chord with me. I really did connect with it, and I thought the cast were really good. Obviously you got, God, what's his name? Tom
Burke.
Yeah, and then you've got Tilda Swinton's daughter and Tilda Swinton. Yeah, but I think it's a very good film.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out as well to Richard Iowat, I think his name is.
Yeah, Richard Iowat.
He has a bigger role in part 2. Like he has more dialogue in part 2, but he is hilarious in both films. Like he is so funny.
I love Iowati. He's so good.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, Sam. I think people kind of misunderstand the first one. Like, for me, I feel like a lot of people were saying that like they couldn't really connect to the romance in it because Tom Burke's character is like not the best individual, you know. But at the same time, I really felt like because there's so many relationships just in real life that are toxic, but also you can understand why people definitely still connect to those people. So that's kind of what I got out of it. Yeah.
That's it. It's really good, and I've got to say, sorry, Jackson, that I think Tom Burke is such a good actor from what I've seen. I kind of wish we got more screen time with him in Living with Bill Nighy, because he was only in it for a short length of time, and he was good in. Whilst I didn't really connect with the film, he was good in True Things, I think it was.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
in that. I didn't think the film was all up to much, but I thought he was quite good in that as well.
Yeah, and he was good in Mank too. He played Orson Welles in Mank, I want to say, yeah. And he was very good as Orson Welles, even though I don't like that film's view of Orson Welles, but but he did a good job.
I'm gonna give a shout to a film that nobody mentioned yet in the A24 discussion. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Excellent.
That
Good
movie,
film.
Jesus Christ! I watched it with my partner, and they were getting dressed up for a job interview, and I started crying so hard that they refused to look at the screen because they had just put makeup on and didn't want to ruin it. And so I sat there with somebody like drifting off, not paying attention to the film, and I was like, "Look at the fucking screen! Look at the sad shell! Look at him! Look at him!"
Oh god, I saw Marcel in the cinema and fucking adored it. It's so beautiful. Oh.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I don't like Marcel the Shell. It's I really didn't like it actually.
Nope.
I thought it was okay, maybe when I first saw it, but like I just did not connect. Like I just found it so like hollow compared to like what people were saying about it.
I can't believe it.
I feel bad. I feel really bad because it is a very cute thing, but I just could not get on board with the gimmick of it. Like I don't know.
It's like a warm blanket. It's so endearing. But I respect your opinion. I
really hope Brady comes back. Okay, here we go. Finally, I was like, I'm done being mean to Marcel. I know I'm very much alone on this. Like I had so many of my friends give me this exact same thing when I saw it. But...
Oh god! This is like the first time I've had like such a contrasted opinion, and I'm like, oh, it feels like, oh no. It's okay. I'll be fine.
I'm gonna give a shout out to a film that another film that like underrated for A24 that like a lot of people don't like actually, and that's Stars at Noon by Claire Denis. It's her newest film. Yeah,
I need to see that still.
Wait, is that the one with a lot of cum in it?
No,
that's highlight. That's highlight.
I brought up movies with cum like 3 times.
You have, but no, Stars at Noon is the one with Margaret Qualley and Joe Alwyn, and it's like basically like Margaret Qualley's like a journalist in Nicaragua, and she needs to find a way to get out of the country because she's like lost her passport. Like there's just like several reasons why she's having issues with it, and Joe Alwyn might be her connection to it, and they kind of have this weird like romance kind of thing, but it's very transactional. I know Josh hated this movie. He thinks it's like the worst thing A24 has ever done. I really liked it. I really connected with it, but I totally understand people not. So
I got one more A24 film.
Okay.
I kind of love.
What's that?
Under the Silver Lake? Is that right?
I kind of love Under the Silver Lake, and it's a film that I had such a viscerally negative reaction to my first viewing. Like, I fucking hated Under the Silver Lake on my first viewing. Like, I had nothing but, like, disdain. I was like, this is fucking phony, annoying, sexist, misogynistic garbage. And then I've watched it, like, 4 times since, and I loved it. Oh, it's so good. Brady, go.
Wait.
What?
Fuck! I forgot.
That's okay. We can come back to it.
I'm not even joking. Fuck. Oh man.
No worries. We got Del Boy saying, watch The Disappearance from 1977 with Donald Sutherland. Pretty good film with an OMG ending. Haven't seen this one. Have you, Sam?
I don't think I've heard of it, May.
I don't know if I've heard of it either.
I'd like to check out, what was that? Oh god, I think it came out like 73 or something. Is it Don't Look Now or something with him in it?
That's amazing. That's an amazing film. Yeah.
Nicholas Rogue film. That's another one I had a very differing. Earlier, Sam, you were talking about kind of connecting with films more on a second viewing, and it's really weird because the first time I watched Don't Look Now, I thought it was fine, but I didn't really feel any connection to it. And this is his miserable story time here. But I rewatched Don't Look Now the day I found out that one of my friends passed away, and it really kind of hit for some reason, a lot more given the whole the opening of Don't Look Now and everything. I felt like it kind of worked for me, and I love Don't Look Now. But yeah, no, that was a experience, I'll say that. But I haven't revisited it since, but that went up a lot in my memory. Also, Brady, I think he remembered what he was saying.
I didn't want to wait, so I figured out the answer to my question.
What's the answer?
I heard Margaret Qualley, and I was like, where do I know that from? And I was trying to get Leon's attention to say, is she in Death Stranding?
She's in Death Stranding.
I recognize that name from somewhere, and she's in Death Stranding.
She's in Death Stranding.
She's great. She's in the new Coen Brothers film, or Ethan Coen film, Drive Away Dolls, which looks really good. But I think it's been delayed. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's been delayed.
It got delayed.
Oh
yeah.
I'm excited for it because the description says it's inspired by Russ Meyer films, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh,
that's what the trailer looks like. It looks like a modern interpretation of Russ Meyer, like a Faster Pussycat Kill Kill or something like that.
But
I really want to see Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
If it's inspired by Russ Meyer's, where are the ladies with giant boobies? That's a trademark. That's a trademark.
That is a trademark. So much so that Roger Ebert, because Roger Ebert was a massive fan of Russ Meyer, he wrote Beyond the Valley and the Dolls but when he reviewed Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, there's a line in his review that's the breasts are not used as centers of desire. Instead, they are weapons used to intimidate men. And I've always loved. That's one of my favorite things he's ever written. But
Ebert's incredible. He also has an entire paragraph in his Black Dynamite review talking about the women's breasts in that film too. Roger Ebert was a horn dog. He was a total horn dog.
Dude, looking like that, he's not getting anything. Right?
I think he was married.
Are you on about prior to everything, or
before his jaw fell off?
Brady.
Oh yeah.
We got our John Landis moment.
Yeah. No,
Oh, no.
I should. Brady, you're on strike 2 automatically. I'll boot you.
Over Roger Ebert.
We got Winslow saying, been thinking a lot about Paris, Texas recently. I think it's time for a rewatch, June. What's you guys' thoughts on it? I have not seen it, so I will defer to Sam because it sounds like he has seen it.
Yeah, fantastic film, May. It's probably out of the few Wim Wenders films, that's probably my favorite. Yeah, and it's kind of it isn't really a spoiler, Jackson, but for a bit of a segment of the film, there isn't a lot of dialogue. To begin with, it's very much a bit of a slow burn, and yeah, I love it. It kind of reminds me a bit of Kramer versus Kramer. It's it's definitely reminds me of that film, but yeah, it's fantastic. I think Tyneside again are showcasing that at some point, so I might go along to it.
That'd be amazing to see that in the cinema.
Yeah.
I watched Paris, Texas for the first time. It might have been earlier this year or very, very late last year, but it was my first film by I forget the director's name, Wim Wenders?
Wim Wenders, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's the only film I've seen from him, but I absolutely loved it. I was kind of like entranced by it, in all honesty. Like, it's just one of those films you almost lose yourself in. And it's not like there's a great deal going on in the film, not to say that there's like no substance to it or anything, but it's very much kind of a like in the moment experience, especially early on, and you're just kind of like experiencing the life of this character who is, let's just say, he's lost. I'm not going to say anything more than that. And I think as the film goes on, it kind of just got more like fascinating to me, and I think it has one of the like the most heartbreaking third acts in any motion picture.
Yeah.
It is fucking brutal. I really love Paris, Texas, so I want to pick that up. I hope it gets a 4K at some point, because that film looks stunning. Like, there's so
Didn't
much
Criterion announce a 4K, or am I thinking of something else that they did?
I know they've released it on Blu-ray. I don't know if they've done a 4K yet, but I fucking hope they do, because it's like it would make perfect sense for a 4K disc.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, Leon, just briefly earlier, I was meant to say I do have a 4K player, but I don't have like a multi-region player.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that earlier. It's been a long day, mate. But I was meant to say, yes, I've got a 4K player, and it obviously, you know, like it would obviously all 4K discs are like obviously will be region free. I meant to say, it's been a long day, mate. So
no worries.
No worries.
I didn't want to cause any confusion there or anything.
No worries, man. No worries. I was just. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Leon. I was just going to say, Leon, I'm autistic, by the way, so I do tend to sometimes overthink things. So I thought I'd just mention that as well.
Absolutely, man. It's all right. Yeah, like I mess up and I stumble on my words too sometimes, but like it's absolutely all right, man. I was gonna say though, in terms of 4K, there's a couple of region locked discs. This is just random information in my mind. Do not import the People Under the Stairs from Shout Factory, because that's actually a 4K disc that's locked. One of the few ones, and that bums me out because I love People Under the Stairs. That film is great.
I was going to say, now you mentioned that, Leon, Nige did say a bit about that, about it being region locked as well. But yeah, I was going to say, if Paris, Texas ever got a 4K, I definitely would get that for sure. And I will just quickly say as well, Leon, before you actually joined, in terms of Wim Wenders, I actually watched Kings of the Road, and that was really good. It was like kind of a sort of sprawling road trip movie. Kind of, it's all shot in black and white. It's like kind of, a lot of it is filmed in the German countryside. It's just gorgeous. And another film you might like as well is Alice in the Cities. That's kind of like set in Amsterdam, I believe. So there are a couple recommendations in terms of Wim Wenders.
I'd love to check out more of his work. Because sorry.
And no, it's all right, mate. I was going to say Paris, Texas. I will say Harry Dean Stanton. He gives a great performance, and that French actress as well. They're both really fantastic in it.
Oh yeah, it's like a Natasha something, right? Like I think her name's like Natasha something. But she's fantastic in it. And I adore Harry Dean Stanton. He was one of the greats. I think he's so underrated in terms of like character actors and stuff. Harry Dean Stanton, he was up there as like one of the greats. I love that guy.
Is the Natasha you were talking? Is it Natasha Kinski, or is that?
Maybe I know she has a name, but I find very difficult to pronounce, like a surname.
Oh, okay. Because Natasha Kinski was in Roman Polanski's Test, and then she was also in like the Cat People remake, I think. Yeah,
you're correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Daughter of everybody's favorite Klaus Kinski.
Oh no.
Apparently, he actually abused her really badly as well. from what I've read. Yeah, Klaus Kinski, not the best individual.
I wasn't gonna get into that, but yeah, he's not. He doesn't seem like he was a very good fella.
All I'm gonna say about Klaus is, of course, Werner Herzog made films about him.
I just love that
Werner likes interesting people.
I just love that Werner Herzog's Werner Herzog's feud with him went so far that he had a plan to kill him, and he didn't go through with it.
Was it Fitzcarraldo or Aguirre where he was going to do that?
I think it was Fitzcarraldo.
Yeah.
I love that. Werner is like the all-timer. He's great.
Yeah. And Brady, have you seen Paris, Texas?
No. I haven't seen Paris, Texas, but I will say one last thing about Werner Herzog. And I'll never forget. He was at the premiere for The Mandalorian, and people were like, "Oh, sir, are you going to subscribe to Disney Plus?" And he said, No, I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians and WrestleMania.
Yes. He's great. He's amazing. And I feel like
he reminds me of myself. I also like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I feel like Disney heard this, and that's why they made the Kardashians a Disney Plus original. They were like, we need to get Werner somehow. How do we do it? So all they need to do now, if Disney buys WWE, they're sorted for life. They've got at least one subscription.
They got a big video library too. Werner would be happy.
Yeah, he'd be so happy.
I'd be happy too. I'm not paying for Disney Plus, so I just get free wrestling.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then Winslow says, I do really like The Lighthouse, but I made my account when it came out, and I just seen the film and loved it. Great film, though. Yeah, definitely. Awesome. No, I can see how that just kind of happens with YouTube accounts. It's like you just kind of pick your username and stick with it. And yeah, for sure. Mike Mills, the director of Come On, is a really nice filmmaker. I still need to see 20th Century Women. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that from Mike Mills.
I've not seen it.
Was that I was going to say, Jackson, was that Greta Gerwig who did that? Was there some sort of reminiscence? Was it associated with Greta Gerwig, that one?
Are you thinking of Little Women?
Yeah, maybe. No, I think 20th Century Women is just a Mike Mills, but I don't know if she's associated with it. I have to check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have like Saoirse Ronan in or something? Maybe.
It might have Saoirse Ronan in it. I'd have to check.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He also says Spring Breakers may be one that I had seen recently. I may not like it that much, but seeing it at 12, it just kind of stuck in my brain.
Yeah, wow. I can see Spring Breakers sticking with you regardless of whether you love it or hate it. It's a Harmony Korine film.
I just love that the marketing campaign for that film was like, guys, look, Selena Gomez in a bikini. And then a bunch of like horny teenage boys went to go see it, and they're like, "This is boring." I kind of love that bait and switch. Where's the boobs? I want some boobs. Like
That's funny.
That bait and switch is incredible. Needless to say, Harmony Korine is no Russ Meyer.
It's true. You know, there's no, at least because I've only seen Faster Pussycat Kill. I don't think there's actual nudity in it. I think it's just like that they just have big boobs, and it just kind of emphasizes that a little bit. But like, it was made in like the early '60s. I wouldn't think
this has so many boobs in it's unreal. Like it has so many boobs that if I open the cover art that I'm not going to show, there is boobs on the alternate artwork. That's how booberific Beyond the Valley of the Dolls is. Russ Meyer was like Roger Ebert. He was a horn dog.
What's that film? Sorry, Leon.
That was Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. It is.
The only film that Roger Ebert wrote it.
Jackson, if you ever want, go ahead, Leon.
I can't put into words how I feel about Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I don't know, but sorry, go on, Brady.
All I'm gonna say is, Jackson, if you ever want to own that film in any capacity, I would suggest maybe going for it, because I know that people are a little bit nervous about Disney's relationship with Criterion, and that's a 20th Century Fox film. And so, if anything ever goes wrong, that movie's never getting another release.
Oh no.
Okay.
Disney are not going to release that. So if you have the income for it and it's on sale, I am going to suggest sprinting to buy Beyond the Valley of the Dolls before it goes out of print, and then it'll cost like $100.
I was nervous it was going to be like a Rosemary's Baby situation, where
Yeah, that one's
Rosemary's
so
Baby
expensive.
Criterion like just
Mm.
vanished, and now it's like $200.
Oh, it's so
Mm.
expensive. Yeah.
And we got the 4K coming out, and even if that is better, that Criterion's not going to drop in price.
No.
Yeah.
We got Winslow saying Joanna Hogg's film Unrelated is good too. It's sort of like a British Eric Romer film. If you can put up with a bunch of Tories arguing, then they give it a watch. I think I've only seen the souvenir of her work, but I still really want to check out other stuff she's done, like The Eternal Daughter or Archipelago, stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good recommendation. Have you guys seen any other stuff from Joanna Hogg other than the souvenir? Or
I haven't
No,
seen
I
anything
don't
from
think
Joanna
so.
Hogg.
Don't
Yeah.
have.
yeah, no
I know
worries.
that-
She is. I know she's definitely like being touted as like a great like Martin Scorsese really likes her stuff, and I think he's
he
produced
loves it, yeah.
like the souvenir and stuff. Yep.
I know that the souvenir is on Mubi in Canada, and I got like a 3-month subscription, and I don't think I've watched a single thing on there. And so I could use an excuse. Actually, no, I watched Crash, and I'd already seen Crash before. So
Crash! Oh my god! Can you describe Crash on movie to Jackson? Because it's so funny.
I will, and I'll make it brief. So this is it's the new restoration, and for some reason, before any of the studio logos, actually, I think it might even be after the studio logos. I don't remember, but it cuts to a video, like a horizontal video, of David Cronenberg in his car, and he's saying, "Oh man, well, I'm sitting here in my Tesla, and I'll have you know that the best way to watch Crash is in a speeding car. And now with Tesla, you have screens in your car. You can do that. I'm not going to advise you do that, but you can if you want to." And then it just cuts to the film.
That's amazing.
I'm not bullshitting.
If you have a VPN, Jackson, and you have like a subscription to Mubi at any point, just switch it to Canada and watch the opening 2 minutes of Crash, because it is such a funny video. It's like he just looks like blazed out of his mind. I don't know why it's included.
I don't know either.
I love it.
I will say, like, Canadian cinema may be a little bit, I don't want to say dull, but like there isn't a whole lot. There's not a whole lot being spread around, but at least we have David Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have David Cronenberg. We've got his butthole monsters and big fly people and people who fuck at car crashes. So we've got something interesting.
I was going to say, Brady, wasn't the film Chronicle filmed in Toronto? Was it?
I think that was Seattle, because if I remember,
Was
I
it
haven't seen
Seattle?
I
Okay.
haven't seen Chronicle in a
yeah.
really long time, but I remember the CN. Not this. I almost said the CN Tower. I know that the Space Needle is involved at one point. Like they're flying around and you see the Space Needle. But I get how that could throw somebody off. Like it's especially where I haven't seen it since it came out on Blu-ray. Like it's been that long.
Yeah, and also you guys have Denis Villeneuve as well. Like Enemy, I think is set in Toronto.
And Enemy's a Canadian production. We have Xavier Dolan. Is it? No, I think it's just Dolan. Xavier Dolan.
You had.
He's
because
not
he
making
gave films anymore. Yeah.
Mommy's like one of the best films of the last 20 years.
It's so good. It's so good.
What is that?
Mommy.
Oh, right. Xavier Dolan. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we also have Matt Johnson. Blackberry was a pretty big success.
Yep. True.
And like I think it might have been Winslow in the comments, but Nirvana the band, the show. If you guys brought that up when I wasn't here, I'm gonna be pissed.
We did.
We did.
Briefly.
Well, not like we didn't bring. I read it in the comments.
I know.
Like we didn't. Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you. But,
Yeah.
Nirvana the band, the show is like maybe my favorite comedy to come out of this country. And
nice.
Oh, it's good. It is very, very good.
Canadians have Tom Green.
We have Tom Green.
You do have Tom Green. That's right.
I was going to say as well, Jackson, I think, is Ryan Reynolds Canadian?
Yeah.
He is. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Reynolds personally, I must say. But
I can see Jackson's face like a drop.
Wow.
You broke him.
Oh my god.
I will
when
say,
Leon gets going, it's very funny. Like when he gets laughing like that.
I can't help it. Sometimes it's just
That's
there's just
amazing,
something.
man.
I've known I've known that Ryan Reynolds has been Canadian, like is Canadian.
Yeah.
I've known that for a long time. Has been Canadian. Great use of words, Brady. But I like that if you watch the first Deadpool movie, that movie is so disgustingly Vancouver. Everything about it looks like Vancouver.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's just Vancouver. Like, and I've never even been to Vancouver, and I know that it's just Vancouver.
I haven't either, but I've had friends that live there, so I know what it looks like pretty well. And yeah, definitely it does.
That movie is just like most of that. A huge chunk of that movie is set outside, and you can just see, oh, it's Vancouver.
Mm. Oh.
And I think as well, Jackson, in terms of music, I think you've got that trinity from Canada. You've got Leonard Cohen, Joni Mitchell, and Neil Young are from Canada as well.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the thing with Canadian artists a lot of the time is that they don't really stick around in Canada because there's not a lot of money to come out. Like our recording industry is very small, and so like somebody like Drake, I don't know, I don't listen to Drake.
The Weeknd, something like that.
Yeah, The Weeknd, and like I don't know what's the most Canadian thing about Drake. He used the CN Tower for an album cover. Like they're not.
And he's like the biggest Toronto Raptors fan ever. He always sits courtside at those.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty sure the Prime Minister like tweeted to The Weeknd when he did that Super Bowl show. He's like, "Good job repping us." I'm like, "How the fuck would you know he's Canadian?" Like, he was just walking through a bright maze.
Yeah. Winslow, we were talking about Marcel the Shell, saying it's great. Maybe I'll give it another watch at some point. I don't know. I couldn't connect to it. I'll stop with the hate though, because I know Brady will do it again.
I'm flying to your house to punch you, Jackson. I love you, but I gotta do it.
We got Mike. Did you see that saying review may be live when you guys are done? But I just watched Slaughterhouse. I have. Have you guys heard of this?
That's a disgusting title. I need to see it.
I have heard of this. I believe it's going to be showing at my independent cinema in town at some point. I have seen the poster for it, but nothing else. It looks like I will say it looks very much like something that would appear on Mike's terrible movie collab series that he does.
Oh my god!
For anybody uninitiated, I will read the very brief sentence on Google that describes the film. Senior Emily Young wants to be elected sorority president. She adopts a cute sloth, thinking it will help her win, but a string of fatalities implicates the sloth.
That just makes me think of Mortal Kombat. Fatality.
That's great. Slaughterhouse. I need to see that. That's great. That Slaughterhouse. Fucking hell.
I noticed that it's coming out tomorrow, so I'm actually gonna go on my theater's website. This sounds like fun.
Nice. We got Del Boy saying at the same time as Disappearance, I watched Flute again. Love that film. Donald Sutherland and Jane Fonda. Have you guys seen that one? Because I'm aware of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
There's a Criterion,
I've heard
right?
of it, but not seen it.
I think there is a Criterion of it.
I thought you said
like you thought I said what?
Flute.
A flute.
Flute?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's like, what the fuck? Why are we talking about flute?
Flute.
Yeah. Winslow's got a really good question. He says, what's the first time watch that you would instantly call a masterpiece?
I need to go see.
Oh, I got mine.
I think I know mine, but yeah, go ahead, Brady.
Spice World.
Spice World.
Spice World.
Yeah.
Spice World is so out there and bizarre that I cannot give it anything below a 10 out of 10.
All right. That one I still need to see for sure.
Oh, easy. You'll be very happy about this.
Oh, yes. Love that movie. Oh, it's so good.
Cure is instant masterpiece. That's upper echelon, top easily like top 50 films I've ever seen, maybe top 25 even. It's so fucking good. But yeah, outside of that, I don't know really. Spice World is a pretty good show.
Spice World is a very good show. I have one that we watched this a long time ago, Leon, but I find it hard to be like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Like, I find it hard to do that. But this was like almost 2 years ago, and I don't hand out tens like they're candy, and I'm going with Koyaanisqatsi.
Koyaanisqatsi is so fucking good. Oh
I
my
am
God,
going with Koyaanisqatsi. I want to do fucking acid and watch Koyaanisqatsi.
I want to watch Koyaanisqatsi in 8D.
Dude,
oh,
fucking
incredible. 8D.
Why did that?
It's rare that I make Brady laugh. I don't know why that one was.
It's usually when you say like brain dead shit, it just breaks me.
Sam, do you have an answer for this, or?
I'm trying to think. It's a really good question.
Oh yeah.
I can say maybe this year for like first time watch. I just think the last first time watch was Masterpiece. I can think maybe of one of the the first time watches this year would say obviously the original Planet of the Apes has become one of my favorite films ever now.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that, and I would probably say another one maybe would be on the movie label, the film Close. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I think there would be a couple of the first time watches for me this year, but the last one is I'm on the spot and just is trying to think. Yeah, I think I'll just have to go for something like that for now.
Yeah.
No, those are great. I really want to check out Close. That was one I missed from kind of Oscar season a little bit because I think I got nominated for Best International maybe. Yeah. So I definitely gonna check that out.
I actually have two films from last award season, but you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I didn't mean to cut you off. You go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just gonna say real quick. Mine's kind of a boring answer, especially compared to like something like Spice World that you mentioned. But I'm gonna go with Lawrence of Arabia. I just was so. It's a very intimidating watch. It's almost 4 hours long, but I was just so like mesmerized by the whole thing. I was just so hooked by the story, the connection with the characters, the scope of the world. I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Nice.
My other picks are two films from not last year's award season, but the one before. I think 2021.
Joker?
You go fuck yourself. We've got two films from the 2021 season, and that's T-Tane and Licorice Pizza. Those are two films that I absolutely fucking love, and I think I'm confident calling them like a masterpiece, especially T-Tane.
Yeah, T-Tane. I think that's probably still my favorite film of the 2020 so far. I think. Yeah.
I don't know why they called it T-Tane in the U.S. when that's just the French word for titanium.
I think it's because of the titanium plate that she gets.
Oh, I know, but like they just didn't change the title for North America. It's still the French title. I'm surprised they released it as T-Tane and not titanium.
I think T-Tane just sounds. It has that kind of like, ooh, what is this kind of factor, but will like maybe draw people in because you're like, you could watch a film called Titanium, but like, can you name another film called T-Tane that's playing in like US theaters?
Good point, but there's also not many films called Titanium either. I don't think so, at least.
Maybe.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, car movie.
It's like it's like how I was sold on Hausu. I know it's House, but I just love calling it Hausu because it just adds this level of what the fuck is Hausu? What is that? And then
because there's many films called House, but there is only one Hausu. Yeah.
Hausu.
Isn't there an original trailer for that film that has a narrator going house? Why do I feel like that's
well at the start of the movie? I think the opening credits have like when the title comes up house. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
I've seen that movie
was-
6 times in the last year or so. Like it's.
I need to rewatch it. I watched it like a year ago,
Yeah.
and I want to revisit it because I fucking love Horsetooth. I've seen it twice. I love it.
Well,
Yeah, Sam.
I was going to say, Leon and Jackson, I'm actually really pleased to find out that got a Eureka release because, nice one. I'm definitely going to be getting that at some point. And on the front of, the Criterion cover, Jackson, it kind of looks like a trippy version of Turning Red from Disney Pixar.
I see it.
I think I heard the funny thing. I think I've heard you say that before on another stream, and I was like, "That's brilliant. That is so true."
I think Brady's getting the Blu-ray. I'm so jealous. I've got the Eureka, which is great, but I adore the Criterion poster. Show it, Brady. I know you went to go and get it. How soon?
And I brought over another one just for Jackson.
Oh, there you go. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Yeah.
And it's the 20th Century Fox release. I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah. Does
Very
mine have
cool.
big boobs on it? It's not. Leon, you have the pervert edition.
I do.
You also, Leon, you also have the pervert edition of Showgirls because you have the Vinegar Syndrome 4K. And
that's like the pervert edition.
So do I, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the MGM Blu-ray is kind of boring. Like it doesn't really have anything like that on it.
I was gonna go through some of the pickups I got recently, but I realized I don't want to just talk about what I've picked up. But I did pick up something that has like the perviest cover maybe ever, because I'm trying to get all of the 88 films like Italian collection releases, and they released a Lamberto Bava film called Delirium, and this cover art is so pervy. Look at this. It's just cleavage.
Oh, good.
What does that tell you about the film?
I don't know, but it makes me want to watch the film more, I think.
No,
Sam, the way you were just like, oh, good. I love it.
no,
I don't know
Leon,
why I did that, lol.
No, that was fantastic. That was
I thought it
awesome.
was funny as well.
It was funny.
Leon,
I was
Aaron will
gonna-
let me pick, Aaron will let me pick whatever I want because I my date of birth. Do I do Hausu?
Oh, is that for you and Aaron?
I've never seen Hausu, by the way, guys.
Oh, how
I've
so-
owned
I've never seen that as well.
I've
but I
owned the
really want-
Criterion for at least 2 years,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen
I
it.
really want to check it out. To be fair,
I watched it for my birthday this past year. Yeah, and it was a fantastic watch for that. I mean, I had seen it before, like probably 3 or 4 times, but yeah, I mean, it's a good watch for your birthday.
I think
Do it,
I think
do
on
it.
mine
Yeah.
a couple years ago. I
Cool.
think I showed my girlfriend at the time Antichrist.
On your birthday.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, she wanted to get me a gift, and I'm pretty sure she gave me Antichrist, and so I was like, "Hey, I want to check it out." She'd never seen it before, and that was my first
was-
Criterion.
Okay.
awesome.
Very nice.
Good old movie to strengthen your relationship.
Oh,
I was
yes.
gonna. Sorry, Jackson. I was gonna just quickly ask Leon. I picked up Is it Delirium? How do you pronounce it, mate?
Delirium?
Delirium.
Oh.
I got it in the 2 for £15. I think 88 sale.
Yeah, they've released
think-
2
yeah.
different films called Delirium, like both on the same
that's
label,
the
but
one
they're very different. Yeah, this is a very different. This is a video nasty. This looks like softcore porn.
And you buy from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm sure you're fine with having something that looks like softcore
Yeah.
porn on your shelf,
Oh yeah.
or something that is softcore porn on your shelf.
I own Doris Wishman films. I own Deadly Weapons and Double Agent 73 with Chesty Morgan.
Dude, I own fucking
yeah.
Bat Pussy. I
Oh,
own Bat
Bat
Pussy. Like,
I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I know what that pussy is. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Bat
disappointed
Pussy.
in myself that I put Bat Pussy in on my fucking 60-inch TV and looked at their hairy genitals, and I wanted to gag. I'm just disappointed in myself.
Do you know, are you aware of what this is, Sam?
Don't think this film that You guys are talking. I
Yes.
don't think I've heard of it.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's-
important.
So it's widely considered the worst porno movie ever made. Like it was very like
And
I don't know if you guys
also-
want to go more in depth on it because I haven't seen it. But
Also, another fun fact about Bat Pussy is
Said
it's
my name.
actually the first. It's the first ever porn parody. Porn parody. So it's got that acclaim.
I'm actually gonna go get it off the shelf. There's no nudity on the cover or anything, but I'm
okay,
gonna go get it.
if you can,
Oh,
all right.
The cover is incredible.
I will say, ask
Yes,
you,
it fucking
Leon. I will ask you, Leon. Did you discover Is it
Delirium.
Did you discover that through John?
I
film.
just picked it up. I know he spoke about it because obviously he's a huge
Yeah.
like video nasties person, but I just picked it up when I heard that 88 were releasing it and everything. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't huge on it, but I would like to go and revisit it. Like I do
Yeah.
hope I like more on a second viewing.
Have you got it, Brady?
Yeah. I've seen clips of her like just bouncing on that ball like down the road or whatever. Yeah.
You know, there's no director for Bat Pussy. Like it has no listed director because no one knows who made it.
That's kind of creepy. Like kind of
And also the
like
actors are credited under pseudonyms.
Yeah, if you go on the Vinegar Syndrome website, they usually list like the director and cast, and I'm pretty sure on the Vinegar Syndrome website right now for directed by it just has a question mark.
so really any of us could have done it. Like
We could have.
Brady could have directed it.
Yeah, this is true. Anybody.
On the back it says for the year it says 1970 with a question mark instead of 0. And it says director unknown. I'm reading the description. I don't think I should read this on stream.
No,
I don't think I've ever actually read it. And this is very gross. All I'm going to say is the line, when her, quote, twat begins to twitch, end quote, warning her of imminent crime, Bat Pussy hops on her holy hippity hop to foil the grotesque sex schemes of unhappily married couple Buddy and Sam. I showed my mom about this.
I would say the stream has deteriorated, but we kind of started at this level, didn't we? You know,
This is the most hectic stream ever.
It seems
it's fun.
It seems like every time I join a stream, I just like Tasmanian devil the shit out of it.
It's fun though. It's fun though.
I did also want to mention Delboy was talking about how he's watched Midnight Cowboy tonight, which I guess isn't that the X-rated film that won the Oscar for Best Picture, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to check that out for sure. That's a cool concept.
Yeah, it's really good, Jackson.
Very good. Film. I got the Criterion. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've got it.
I think I saw it in your video, your Criterion video, Leon. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I
do love that film.
That was. I'll just quickly say, Leon, I haven't got round to commenting yet, but that was absolutely amazing. That Criterion Collection video, man, I absolutely loved that. Brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It was so weird because like the video was a long time coming, and I thought, hey, they take up like 4.5 of my like shelves, 4.5 little like of these like boxes, and I was like, that's not going to take too long. I mean, my 101 films collection took up like 3 or 4, and that it was only a 30-minute video, and then like my Criterion video was just like feature length because I had so much to talk about because they release such like great quality shit. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Winslow has a very interesting question here. It's director's flops that you'd like to see. So basically, like if Paul Thomas Anderson directed Jackie Brown and Tarantino directed Boogie Nights, or like PTA's Barry Lyndon, Kubrick's The Masters, something like that. That is a great question, but it might take me a minute to think of something that works.
I already got one.
Dario Argento's Friday the 13th. There you go, Friday. I've sold it for you. I'm kidding.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see David Lynch's Garfield. And
the guy who directed Garfield doing like Eraserhead or something like that.
The guy that directed Garfield did Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the same director, and I'd like to see him do Inland Empire.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him do Inland Empire and David Lynch do Garfield. Maybe Garfield, The Tale of Two Kitties.
Did Bo Welch direct anything other than Cat in the Hat?
No, I think Cat in the Hat's his only feature credit.
Boo! Because I was gonna say I don't know what I'd swap it. Oh, okay, I've got it. I want Bo Welch to direct David Cronenberg's Crash, and I want David Cronenberg to direct The Cat in the Hat.
Okay.
All right.
What's another good one? That
would be good.
I'd like to see Stanley Kubrick do one of the Air Bud movies, and I'd like to see one of the Air Bud guys do 2001.
I've got like a weirdly I don't know why this just popped in my head, but I want to see like a talented action director like Chad Stahelski direct like The Marine or 12 Rounds or one of those awful like straight to video fucking like John Cena action films from that era. I want to see like a really awful like bland action film directed by someone who can actually direct.
I think I'd like to see maybe Michael Bay's Stalker. And maybe Tarkovsky's Pain and Gain.
He's Pain and Gain. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm confident.
I thought it would be. So maybe I would like to see McG do Faster Pussycat Kill Kill and Russ Meyer do Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
Yeah, that would weirdly work. Like,
that makes more sense than David Lynch's Garfield. How about
Martin Scorsese's Ambulance?
And Michael Bay's Bringing Out the Dead.
Yes, that would be great. What the fuck? I love that.
Do you have any in mind, Sam?
I got one.
It's a tough question. Really, it's a really damn good question. This. Oh crikey. I think I tell you who I probably would go with. Actually, Jackson, to see how it would have turned out. Both the Paddington movies, you know, like Wes Anderson directs both the Paddington movies, and that director, the Paddington movies, directs the French Dispatch and Asteroid City.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
That could have been really interesting to see. I would have, if I could have. Maybe swapped for just out of curiosity, but I'm already happy with how Batman Returns is directed by Tim Burton. But I would have been interested to see Tim Burton direct, obviously both Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. That could have been interesting. But if I was to swap one of them, I would maybe go Joel Schumacher to direct Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yeah.
If I was to pick one of them, but saying that, I am happy how Batman Returns is as it is, but and then obviously Tim Burton to direct Batman Forever, it could have been interesting that way, but it just came. It's very hard to think of on the spot. I'm trying to think. I would have. It's another one. Crikey.
No, I think that's a good answer. Like so like Batman Forever. If Tim Burton had stuck with it, I think would have been probably a better film. Just because I think Batman Returns is really strong for me. Like that's actually one of my favorite Batman movies. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I think
I've got another one, actually, Jackson. Okay. This is a fantastic film, Hugo, by Martin Scorsese. So I was thinking Tim Burton to direct that.
Oh, that'd be good.
and then Martin Scorsese to maybe have done the Planet of the Apes 2001 remake.
Oh,
That'd
There we
be
go.
fascinating.
I've got that.
I got two more that came to mind, but it's not like a full-on director swap. It's just two directors I'd like to see make films. One of them's a joke, and one of them's kind of serious. So I'll start with the joke. This is only going to make sense to a few people, but hey, what if Brian De Palma directed Psycho? Oh wait. But my actual one is unironically, I would love to see Lexi Alexander direct a Death Wish film.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be really good.
And love that.
But the question: would you like to see Michael Winner's version of Punisher Warzone?
No, maybe actually. You know something. Maybe because Michael Winner is a sick fuck. He is disgusting. So maybe he would make something that would rival it. Dude, Death Wish 2 and Death Wish 3 are so gross and grimy that maybe it would work. So actually, no, yeah, I want to see Michael Winner's Punisher Warzone. It would just be repulsive. Imagine how Jigsaw would look in that film. Like, it would be horrible.
Oh my
Jigsaw
God!
Would just, he'd find Frank Castle's daughter and do unforgivable things because it's a Michael Winner film. He'd eat her. Yeah. No, Looney Bin Jim would eat her.
Oh, good point. I have one that I've been holding in for like 5 minutes, and I kept forgetting the filmmaker's name, so I had to write it down in another tab. I would like to see Gaspar Noé's Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I would like to see Raja Gosnell's I Stand Alone. Or I would also take Gaspar Noé's The Smurfs. I would take either.
Yeah. The Smurfs could be interesting.
And I want that fucking hack who made Home Alone 3 to make I Stand Alone.
Del Boy's got a good answer to this. This isn't a swap, but these are two interesting versions. So Tarantino's Star Wars, and Peter Jackson's Toy Story, but in the mold of like Meet the Feebles. Which I don't know if you.
God.
I don't know if you guys have seen Meet the Feebles, but I love it.
I love it in concept, but I need to revisit it because I liked the concept a lot, but it didn't hook me in the same way as something like Brain Dead or like Dead Alive did.
Sure.
Yeah, I Meet the Feebles is fucking fascinating. I'll give it that.
Have you seen that, Sam?
I haven't, mate. I really want to check out a couple of Peter Jackson's early works, like Bad Taste and Brain Dead, because I know they've been maintaining a bit of a cult following. But Meet the Feebles, I've heard it's not exactly a family experience. I'll just say that family viewing. You know, in terms of director swap question, Jackson, I've just thought of another pretty cool one. For Dazed and Confused, I'd probably go with Cameron Crowe. And then Richard Linklater for Almost Famous. That could be a good one.
That would be that's a great answer, actually. I love that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Almost Famous, but I can. But yeah, I need to check it out.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic film, Jackson, as it is. I love Almost Famous, but because they're two quite similar in tone, those directors, it just would have been interesting if maybe there was any slight changes. I think could have been a good sort of experiment. Who knows?
I think in general, like some of us went in that kind of direction where you're find directors with similarities and have them kind of do different versions of similar films. And then Brady was like, yeah, let's see Michael Bay's Stalker or whatever. Tarkovsky's Pain and Gain.
Tarkovsky's Pain and Gain is an all-time answer.
Oh my God.
I'm personally a fan of Gaspar Noé's Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
I've also got another interesting one, Jackson. Andrei Tarkovsky to direct A Ghost Story and David Lowery to direct Mirror. That could be a good one. That could have been a good one.
I think I would like to see Tarkovsky do something like Ghost Story. I think I could see that working better for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too bad he's dead.
Yeah,
it's true. He is.
But it would have been. I was going to say, sadly, he's no longer with us, Jackson, but it would have been interesting to see if he did direct that movie. It would have been interesting for sure.
Oh yeah, and Brady, I know he's dead, but I just I was just saying in general. Well,
I have
I'm gonna.
for sure.
I have it.
Okay.
What is it, Leon?
Pull the Hovens beyond the Valley of the Dolls, and Russ Meyer's Showgirls.
Oh, that would be
There we
good.
go.
That would definitely be good.
That's all.
So I do want to wrap up here in a second, just because I've got to get going here soon. But
Yeah.
I'll get to this last comment, and then we can kind of wrap up. Winslet says Licorice Pizza is my favorite of the decade so far. Yeah,
Good film.
really good choice. I really enjoyed that, and I particularly the discourse behind it I find so funny. Like all the like it's so like I feel like if you actually just sit down and watch the film, it's very clear that like the film is not necessarily like on the side of this relationship. It's just like depicting it because that's what these people are going through. Like,
And for most of the film, it's not even a relationship.
yeah,
For most of the film, they act like rivals almost.
exactly. They're just competing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in like a big dick measuring contest. That's like the crux of the movie. And what he touches a tit at one point. Ooh.
Yeah, and but again, I don't think the film is like on the side of that. It's just like showing that, like, it's a very, I don't know.
I think people saying that, like, oh, this movie advocates for 15-year-olds to date 25-year-olds. That's like saying, I don't know, you watch, like I mentioned, I Stand Alone. That advocates that Gaspar Noé wants you to have sex with your children, right? like that's such a surface level, complete lack of media literacy. Like, it's kind of embarrassing. Or like somebody watches Red Rocket and they're like, "Oh, Sean Baker's perfectly fine with what's being depicted." Like,
right?
Can filmmakers not make films about taboo subjects and not be like, "Oh, you should try this"?
Yeah, I was thinking like when it came out, like what if Badlands came out today? Like, I think the discourse behind it would be like exactly the same. Of like,
what if something like Lolita came out today, like Stanley Kubrick's Lolita?
Yeah.
Well, kind of. We did get the Adrian Lyne version in the '90s, which I have not seen.
I've seen that, and I haven't seen the Kubrick one, but I fell asleep watching it. That's how good it was.
For someone who doesn't fall asleep much during films, you have had like 7 stories about how you've fallen asleep.
Hey, this was all like, I think that this was like 10 years ago that I fell asleep watching Lolita, and I don't know why I was watching Lolita 10 years ago.
I was gonna.
I'm gonna.
Sorry, Leon. I was just going to quickly say, in terms of Lolita, I don't think we've got a UK Blu-ray release. I don't think of that.
It's only in the Kubrick box sets. Like, if you can get like his complete collections, My last closing statement is regarding to Brady falling asleep during films, which he says he doesn't do. He did say that he fell asleep during The Wedding Singer, which he watched 2 days ago.
I was so asleep that I kept talking to you.
You did.
I think maybe my body was asleep and my brain wasn't.
This has been such a chaotic stream.
It has, but I've really enjoyed it. I hope it's been good for you, Sam, coming on like immediately in the middle of all our chaos.
Yeah, I think it's been absolutely fantastic, mate. I've absolutely loved this stream. It's been brilliant. And I'll definitely be up for joining one of your future streams, Jackson. It's been fantastic.
Absolutely.
And obviously chatting to Brady for the first time and Leon again. It's been great.
Oh, it's been
definitely.
Yeah.
I have got one more.
We're two. Leon and I we're a 2-for-1 package. If Leon's going on a stream, I usually come along.
I was going to say, Jackson, I've not seen this film, but what about David Lynch to direct Pink Flamingos and John Waters to direct Inland Empire? There we go. That could have been.
Oh, that's an interesting choice.
Both of those sound like my worst nightmare.
I need them. I need it in my life.
Both of those sound like they would send me like deep into psychosis.
I just want a really campy version of Eraserhead from John Waters.
And a really serious version of Pink Flamingos.
Like a surreal Pink Flamingos.
I think that when I think they were both like early promoters of each other's work. Like when Eraserhead came out, like John Waters was doing a bunch of promotion for that, and vice versa, like with Pink Flamingos. So yeah, that would be interesting. Well, yeah. So yeah, again, thanks for coming on the stream. Before we go, I'm just gonna I'll go to each of you, I guess, maybe minus Brady because I know you don't really have a channel or anything, but just see if you guys want to plug anything.
I'm usually bugging Leon on his streams, so if you ever want to find me, I'm probably in the comments calling him a loser.
There you go. Hell yeah. And what about you, Sam?
I haven't got a YouTube channel at the minute, mate, but for right now, I've got my Instagram page, which is dwhofan98, and I'm over on Letterboxd, Sam Glendenning, which you can just obviously keep on top of what I've been like watching and that. So yeah, all that jazz. In terms of my Instagram, I do my vinyl pickups because I'm big into music. And yeah, my Blu-ray pickups and the odd film review post every now and then. So yeah, come check it out if you're interested in that stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, great to hear. Definitely we'll be checking that stuff out. And I'll see if I can go back and because I linked to your Instagram, but I think I forgot to link to your Letterboxd, so I'll see if I can go fix that after the stream.
Oh yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you very much.
You're free to link my Letterboxd too. I don't.
Yeah, I can do that.
I don't really promotion.
Yeah, and then Leon, what about yourself?
Before I do anything, I know the stream's got to wrap up, but you mentioned vinyl, and I had a really cool thing arrive today, so I want to show it off.
Yeah.
I got this for £15. It is the Fire Walk With Me official soundtrack, the rough
edition,
and it looks gorgeous.
That's brilliant, man.
It comes with these liner notes here, and guess who wrote them? Mark Commode, and I'm like,
yeah, I know he's a big fan of Fire Walk With Me. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. I just wanted to gush about this because I bought it as a birthday present for myself. But in terms of promotion and stuff, maybe I'll upload a video soon. I don't know. Like I hope I get back to making videos again. I'm taking a little bit of a break. I'm off work this weekend. Maybe we'll have a video.
Don't lie.
What?
You're too busy watching this with me.
Oh yeah. We're going back to watch that again and again and again.
We figured out what was it? How many times? We figured out how many hours it would take to watch it 50 times.
It was like 68 hours or something ridiculous.
If you watch Cat in the Hat 50 more times in your life, it'll take up 68 hours.
Too much time. But we got to do that. But yeah,
we're going to.
Maybe check out Blueprint Review, where I'll have some reviews out soon. I'm very, very behind, but I got a lot of review copies I need to kind of get through in the next couple of weeks, so probably have some written reviews out there, which I will post links to on my Instagram, which is I think Leon Talks Film. Maybe that's my Instagram.
Yeah,
awesome. I forget sometimes. And yeah, Letterboxd at Leon Vegas. I watch an ungodly amount of films. Apart from that, that's about it, really.
Awesome, cool. Yeah, no pressure on like uploading anything too soon, but yeah, good to know you're gonna get back on it at some point.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, awesome. And then for me, I did mention this on Mike's stream the other day, but I'm thinking of doing a Christopher Nolan rank soon, just with Oppenheimer. Like, pretty much most people have gotten a chance to see it by now, so might do that. Well, yeah, so that's it for the stream, and yeah, thank you guys so much for commenting, Winslow, Delboy, Mike, Jason, everybody who did. So yeah, and we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.
Take care.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye.